Last year, the hockey world watched as Wayne Gretzky and the Los Angeles Kings went to the playoffs, the great one playing some of the most inspired hockey of his career. But it wouldn't quite be enough for the Stanley Cup. They lost out to the Montreal Canadiens. This year, the wins have not come as easy, and the Kings are getting knocked around by the National Hockey League. There have been injuries, there have been slumps, and there is frustration even for the great one. The Mighty Ducks of Anaheim started like no one ever has, the Hollywood Glitz. But on the ice, Ron Wilson has the Ducks playing a blue-collar brand of hockey, a tight-checking defense, and some great goaltending, and the Mighty Ducks are having an unbelievable start. They have got a chance to make the playoffs. They are fighting for the same playoff spot as this guy. The story in the National Hockey League, and tonight here at their home, Arrowhead Pond, they will sell out for the 15th time this season. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. Welcome. Great to have you with us. ESPN's National Hockey Night, Southern California. Well, Tony Granato obviously took that incident very seriously and really affected him. I was even surprised at how he had been affected by it. Barry Melrose will be without him tonight. His Los Angeles Kings certainly not what they were last season, at least not yet. Kelly Hrudey will be in net. He's won the 2 games that he has played against Anaheim this season. The other side, Ron Wilson, the story in the National Hockey League. What a great job he's done with these Ducks. And Guy Hebert will be in net. We are ready to go. Face-off at center. Pat Conacher takes it. It'll be won by Sean Van Allen. The Mighty Ducks, who already have won 1 more game than the Los Angeles Kings this season. Kings are going to try and even that up tonight. David Williams will be working on defense with Randy Ladouceur for the Mighty Ducks. Reichel trying to clear it in. Swept away by Hebert into the corner. Todd Ewan trying to clear it out. The Mighty Ducks made up of players, of course, that other teams decided they didn't want. In the expansion draft, they came away with what they needed, defense, and that's how they have played, Bill. And then they traded for other players like Todd Ewan, the player that just made that pass. The LA Kings started Robert Reichel, or at least Warren Reichel, on the left side, and the Ducks countered with Todd Ewan. It should be that kind of game. I think Barry Melrose guys might be a little undermanned. When you look at the Ducks, you talk Ewan, you talk Stu Grimson. Barry Melrose looks up and down his bench, and all he sees is Warren Reichel. So when push comes to shove, the Ducks have an advantage. They have the physical advantage, but the Kings have won the 3 previous games, including 1 here. They won here 3-2. They won back at LA 3-2 and 5-1. So the Ducks trying to beat their cross-pond rivals here for the first time this season. Chipped away at the center. Out of the ice, Bobby Corkum, the leading scorer for the Mighty Ducks thus far this season. There he is in the corner. Gets pinned up. Corkum's got it. Corkum playing with a bad left knee that bothered him yesterday. Came out and practiced today and stayed in. John Van Hill. Van Hill, the defenseman, wrapped it around in front. Kicked into the corner. Didn't play Gary Balk back to get it. Balk back on the near side, Peter Doris. Doris got it on Kelly Hrudey, and he hangs on, and right away the shoving begins in front of the net. Gary Balk was in front of Kelly Hrudey looking for a rebound, and the Kings, it was Charlie Huddy to clear him out. And Daryl Sador was there as well. Boy, Kelly Hrudey has been a busy man. He had the night off 2 nights ago. Rob Starver put together a terrific performance against the Chicago Blackhawks, but Kelly Hrudey has played so much. Look at Wayne Gretzky on the left of your screen in front, trying to take out Gary Volk. This entire shift, Gretzky has had to play some D down low. You see him try to break out. He thought the turnover was coming, but it didn't, so he turned back in. I mean, when you have Wayne Gretzky back in there doing that, you know how badly the Kings need the points, and you know how serious they are taking this game. Wayne Gretzky, #1 in scoring, #1 in assists in the National Hockey League. And as we said, moving in on Gordie Howe. Back for the point. Sean Hill deflected wide out in front. Stick on that Gary Balk that time to deflect it. Bobby Corkum behind the net still has it. Corkum played his college hockey, University of Maine. Now the leading scorer here after having a chance with Buffalo. Flipped into the corner by Kelly Hrudey. Anatoly Semenov cleared it back in behind Gary Balk, cleared it back in behind the net. Corkum chips it the other way. Good territorial pressure put on here by the Mighty Ducks early in this game. Finally dumped out the center by Mike Donnelly. Right back up, Yari Curry to Gretzky to Donnelly. Down the middle, rolls in, and kicked away into the corner as Donnelly had the scoring opportunity. Shot from the point, deflects straight up in the air, taken by Doug Hoda. Back they come in a 2-on-2, the Ducks. Full house on hand here tonight. and some excited about the team they've seen on the ice. Don McSween rolled in front. Bobby Corkum backed it in wide of the net. Doug Huda there. Huda picks it up. Play continues to be on the side of the Mighty Ducks here in the first couple of minutes of this game. And for those of you back east who are suffering through this unbelievable winter, believe me, we feel for you. We'll be going back there sometime tomorrow with any luck, but we're glad you're with us tonight. Sit back, light the fire, and have an adult beverage and enjoy the game.
And boy, was it a nice day here today.
Oh, man. Sweeney drops a shot. Deflected wide out of Tony Semenoff. Taking it back to the point. The shot, Kelly Rudy on the save on Bobby Dawlis. It's all Ducks. Whack, whack.
But we talked about the Ducks being a patient team. They will try never to give up a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2 or a breakaway. That doesn't mean they won't attack. Tim Sweeney here, number 8, fights off his check really well. I mean, nobody was even tying him up. Terrific little pivot in front. And Sweeney plays on one of the 2 top offensive lines for the Ducks. You know, early in the game, Gary, we saw Gretzky's line out there. Here's the save by Kelly Rudy. We saw the Corkum line against the Gretzky line. Believe it or not, that's offense against offense. But what Ronnie Wilson is thinking is that his offensive line is good enough defensively, not only to generate offense, but to play against Gretzky's line.
2 saves made by Kelly Rudy as Bobby Dawlis got it back in. And the Ducks continue to pour it on. Tim Sweeney had it, lost it out through center. And it'll be Robert Long sending it back in. Injuries and family matters keeping people up for the Los Angeles Kings, who are almost short-handed. Alexei Kasatonov back to get it. Gary Shuchuk's out with a knee injury. Dave Taylor, a bad back, thinking about retiring. Tony Granato out with a suspension. Brought back to the point. Semenoff! And it's deflected by Kelly Rudy off the stick and all the way down into the other end. This is not the defensive-minded Mighty Ducks that we hear about all the time in the first few minutes.
And I'll tell you what else it is. It's a team in the Mighty Ducks that believes there is a rivalry against a team that isn't jacked up the way they are. I mean, the LA Kings are trying to play down this whole rivalry thing. They're trying not to buy in, but the Mighty Ducks are buying into it, and they have come here as if this is a playoff game. Man, what jump.
And while we are talking about that, we should mention, Bill, early on here, one of the members of the Mighty Ducks had some words to say in today's paper about Wayne Gretzky. The words were, he's after the whiner Bing. The man we are talking about is Todd Ewan. Ewan made a quote today that they think Gretzky's whining too much to the officials about penalties being called, particularly one in the last game.
Yep.
These 2 teams played when he got hit with a high stick.
At the end of January, and he went to the officials and complained, and a penalty was called, and Ron Wilson, the Ducks coach, said, hey, that wasn't even going to be called until Wayne Gretzky complained. The Ducks think that there is a separate set of rules for Wayne Gretzky, and that set of rules does not apply to their team, and they don't like it. Whether that exists or not remains to be seen, but that's what they are planting. And I'll tell you what, people are buying into it, and I think the Kings are buying into it to a degree.
Wayne read it this morning, and no comment about it, except I'll see him on the ice tonight. Deflected into the corner, trying to dig it out. Joe Sacco, shot saved by Hebert. Cleared around the boards. Stu Grimson. It deflects out to the line, poked away by Pat Conacher. Conacher's playing number 15 for the Kings with rib and cartilage damage, muscle torn away from the rib cage, but he says, hey, we need bodies. I'll keep playing as long as I can. No score from the pond. Here at Arrowhead Pond, no score. The Kings at Anaheim, and Los Angeles gives them a lot of shots, almost 37 a game. Kelly Rudy has faced a ton of them this season, and it started that way again tonight.
And that is a ton of shots for the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, but you would expect them to be that jacked up, but still, that's a lot.
Kelly Rudy has to knock that one away on the near side point as David Williams took the shot. Williams trying to hold it in, kicks it away, rolls out the center. Mighty Ducks have had the territorial advantage here early on in this game. Joe Sacco. Sacco has to drop it into the zone. They are offside as Williams is outside the line. The Dartmouth graduate came from San Jose, David Williams. And at center ice, the kind of play we expect when rivalries get going.
I don't even know who's on the bottom there, Gary.
I was watching the puck and not center ice.
Well, Stu Grimson is 32 in white. He was one down on the ice, and you can expect that. He is one of the 2 big boys, 6'5", 225, and he likes to go.
Brent Thompson's the other one who matches him up pretty evenly.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Makes sense, doesn't it? The officials in tonight's game, Richard Trottier, a referee, Mike Civic and Shane Heyer are the linesmen. They may have their work cut out for them tonight, and Al Morganti also has a story about that, because that has been something the Mighty Ducks have been complaining about this season, that they are getting the younger officials and none of the veterans, and as a result aren't getting any of the breaks. Al?
That's right, Gary. The Ducks are complaining they're not getting the veteran officials. However, one of the results of the general managers meeting last week in Florida was that there has been a directive sent to the officials to call interference more closely away from the play, and also anybody in the crease, they're going to call it again like they were last year. So watch for a much more tightly officiated game, and frankly, I think they all hurt the expansion team. Guys?
Well, he's got two of the biggest linesmen the world has ever seen working with him tonight. Shane Heyer and Mike Civic.
Hulk Heyer. I mean, they're both 6'7" and 6'1", 6'7", and 1 6'8", and I'm not sure which.
They made sure when they lined up tonight that they got Richard Trottier right in the middle, and they squeezed him as hard as they could in order to show the crowd how big they were.
Well, Trottier is the guard, and they're both centers. It's a double center kind of officiating.
That's what it is. Troy Loney pushes it back up along the point, shoved back out the center, breaking with it. Todd Ewan going after it. Ewan tied the puck up, still in the zone, would have been offside, waited. And as a result, they have to go back to center. Sean Hill acquired from Montreal. Most of these players, of course, have been somewhere else in their careers. Jammed out the center. Phil Crow getting a chance to play tonight because of all the injuries that have taken place with the Los Angeles Kings. John Cruz unable to play tonight. His wife has had some medical attention, so he has stayed up the road in Los Angeles. The Ducks able to hold it in. Ewan's got it. Ewan fanning on it as he tried to push it along the boards. Battles near side with Reichel, gets pinned up along the boards finally by Tim Waters.
You know what's interesting about the Kings? They didn't want anybody else to be called up. They wanted to play a man short so everybody could have more ice time. Check out the Mighty Ducks. 56 games, 10 players have set new career highs for points. Oh, what a difference ice time makes.
We told you Bobby Corkum's their leader with 40 points, 18 goals, 22 assists. Corkum, Yake, Volk, and Holder are the top 4 in that department. Ron Wilson, who had worked for the Vancouver Canucks as an assistant coach for 3 seasons, now here with the Mighty Ducks, and what a show they put on. I wish you could have seen the entire pregame show that they go through, including the duck coming down from the ceiling onto the ice. Rob Blake with it. Blake dumped it back into the zone, getting help from Alexei Zhitnik. Zhitnik cleared it up for Wayne Gretzky. That's the first time he's touched the puck, and we're 6 minutes into this game.
What do you think about lowering Al Morganti from the ceiling some night? Al would probably like that.
He wants to be a star any way he can get it. He'll take it right in left side, down the middle. Donnelly shot, save made, Hebert. Mike Donnelly robbed. Donnelly, who hasn't had a goal in 15 games, didn't get one there.
Well, that has been the biggest problem for the Los Angeles Kings over the last month. Only 4 people are scoring, and Mike Donnelly, a 30-goal guy, is not one of them. As you mentioned, Gary, no goals in the last 15 games, but boy, he was all alone. He is the fastest LA King. Can he ever scream once he gets rolling? And he had to take a pass off the skate. Did a real nice job of getting in by Bobby Dallas, number 2 for the Ducks. You see the dive by Dallas, but check out Guy Hebert. Is he ever cool? I mean, the last time I saw Guy Hebert in practice, Gary, I saw him take a shot off the mask and never even flinch, and that's how cool he is. He will outweight anybody on a breakaway, make him commit first, and he did a terrific job on him there, and Dallas picked up the slash.
5:24, first penalty of the game. Dallas, who had the flu yesterday, coming back today. And so the Los Angeles Kings get the power play opportunity. First advantage. Los Angeles, more power play goals than any other team in the National Hockey League. 69 of them. More chances than any other team in the National Hockey League. And the second best power play percentage in the National Hockey League. They're on the ice right now. Zhitnik trying to hold it in, and it will be cleared out of the zone. Length of the ice, David Williams. Kelly Rudy at the other end. For Los Angeles this season, the man who's put him in the net for them has been Luc Robitaille. Robitaille's got 21 power play goals to lead the National Hockey League in that department. Only 10 even strength. Held on to in the corner. Sandstrom, Thomas Sandstrom, who's had trouble scoring. Gretzky out there with him. Zhitnik and Blake are back. There's Robnik, who's got a cannon. Shot save, rebound, wide rebound, deflected in front. Covered up, no whistle, now they get it. Hebert making the first save, knocked it away to the far side, and down on the ice with him, Randy Ladouceur.
Sandstrom is also dying for a goal. That's Zhitnik. He plays one of the points on their power play, but you've got mixtures of hot and cold even on the power play with the LA Kings. Luc Robitaille has scored 13 goals in his last 15 games. Thomas Sandstrom, 2 in the last 11. I mentioned 4 players really carrying the LA Kings offensively in the last 15 games. Gretzky, Robitaille, Yari Curry, and Rob Blake. After that, forget about it. If the Ducks can really stop those 4 players tonight, they've really got a great chance to win this game, because that's all the power that LA's had lately.
And the Mighty Ducks come into this game 10th in goals against. As far as the save percentage of goaltenders is concerned, 3.04. Los Angeles Kings on a power play for another 54 seconds. Zhitnik rushes. Alexei Zhitnik in, the shot deflected off the defenseman's stick, Sean Hill, and ends up in the seats. 49 left in the power play. Our Miller Genuine Draft leaderboard. We were talking about power play situations. Well, take a look. There you see Luc Robitaille leading the league in power play goals with 21. Holland Anderchuk, Dave Anderchuk, is the perennial winner in that department, but right now tied for second. Keith Tkachuk of Winnipeg and Bob Kadalski of Florida tied for fourth. And 49 seconds remaining in this power play. There's Robitaille right there.
He went 14 games this year without a goal. The longest slump of his career by a mile, by 8 games.
Now look at him. Huh?
Oh, he's hot now, but he's always been streaky. Oh, here comes Corkum.
Corkum's got a short-handed chance. Randy Ladouceur. Corkum save. Rebound deflected as it was batted out in the air. Kelly Rudy 2-on-1 the other way. Gretzky and Robitaille. Wayne Gretzky moving in. Gretzky hit the crossbar. Wayne Gretzky on the crossbar to 2-on-1. Sandstrom centering pass is deflected. 20 seconds left on the penalty. Fans are loving this. Right back into the zone by McSween. McSween dropped it for Corkum. Short-handed still of the Ducks. Pass deflected by Zhitnik. Swain back. Corkum in. Shot. Short-handed. Save made by Kelly Rudy. Gretzky starts at 4 left in the power play. 3-on-3. Gretzky in. Wayne Gretzky. That famous circle back. Finds the far point open. Shot deflected in. Kicked back into the middle. And not out of the zone. Power play is over. The Kings do not convert. 0 for 1. Charlie Huddy had that last chance. Now back to even strength. Brought up by Hill. Hill taken out of the play by Zhitnik as they go sliding into Kelly Rudy at the far end. Yari Curry plays the puck. Curry, another great season. 22 goals, 34 assists for him. As Bill said, those who score are counted on one hand for the Los Angeles Kings. Sador got it back up to center, Mike Donnelly. Donnelly dropped it in. Robert Long got hauled down, and the Ducks are playing behind the net.
Barry Melrose, the LA coach, has said, I wouldn't mind if they were getting chances, but even these guys that aren't scoring aren't even getting chances.
He's back on what he was on earlier, Bill. That guy's not going to the net. Troy Loney shot and a save by Kelly Rudy. Kelly Rudy, 224 wins, 31st best all time.
Well, this won't count as a shot on goal, but it's the closest the Kings have come to scoring. Wayne Gretzky looked the D-man off because he had Sandstrom going wide. He turned and looked at Hebert, bingo, right off the post. Gretzky, one of 4 Kings, really carrying the load for the LA Kings. He and the other 3 guys that I mentioned have scored 34 of the last 55 LA Kings goals in the last 15 games. That's good for 60% of the offense, those 4 players.
That's dangerous stuff. Deflected back in front. Troy Loney was waiting, couldn't get it. Daryl Sador cleared it out. Sador has been struggling offensively along with the others. He hasn't had a goal in the last 25. Cleared back through center. Brought in. Loney backhanded. In front. Deflected wide. Kelly Rudy out of the penalty coming up. Joe Sacco out of Boston University down on the ice, but he got the turn. And as a result of it, created a good scoring opportunity for himself and drew the penalty, I believe, here. Trache, no, maybe not. Thought there was one, but I don't think so.
But Joe Sacco's got good speed. Going wide on Daryl Sador, and he's the quickest guy on the Ducks team, Joe Sacco is. Ron Wilson is trying to get him to come around defensively. If he can do that, he'll have a pretty good two-way forward. You know, a team like the Mighty Ducks does not have the luxury right now of having a player on the ice that can score but that won't play D. I mean, Joe Sacco gives him an effort. That's all he's looking for. But they don't have enough power to really be able to afford a guy that's a pure scorer that can't check. So the Ducks are really all two-way guys.
There's another face-off one. The Ducks have now won 11 of 13 face-offs already in this game. No score, though. Shots are 11-4 in favor of the Ducks. Territorially, they've been the ones to hold it in. Terry Yake dumped it in behind the net. Far side, Dixon Ward acquired from Vancouver. Cleared out of the zone. Chased down, near side. David Williams has got to play it. Williams wrapped up behind the net by Reichel, but still has the puck. And Williams is able to clear it out the center. Back toward Doug Huda. Huda with Waters, the defensive pairing. Played there by Dixon Ward. Ward turns it up ice. Ward coming to the blue line. Reichel trailing. Ward the shot blocked. Reichel looking for the rebound. Couldn't get it back to him. Played on the far side by Dixon Ward. He turns it to Pat Conacher. Conacher chips it into the corner. Reichel in a battle along the boards as he and Sean Van Allen went after one another and left the puck. Pat Conacher digging with Don McSween, the free agent, 29 years old, signed for the Mighty Ducks, number 39. And he's done a job for him here as they've needed some help manpower-wise. Waters has got it. Waters centered. Shot never got in on net. Conacher was cutting out in front. Conacher was there, but it deflected up over the stick. Anatoly Semenov. Semenov will start it up ice. 10 minutes left to go here in the first period. No score from the pond in Anaheim. 15th sellout of the year for the Ducks. Look at the checking from behind by Doug Huda. Fans wanted a call, don't get it. Huda trying to get a little physical. Right back on him was Peter Doris on the near side. Picked up by Yari Curry. Curry brings it up ice. Curry, trailer, Donnelly. Donnelly back for Gretzky, cutting. Gretzky in. Gretzky the shot. Scores! Wayne Gretzky! To pass Gordie Howe remaining.
Man, the LA Kings had two chances to make great plays and chose secondary options, and I thought it was going to bog down, but they got away with it. Yari Curry came across center and didn't hit Mike Donnelly. He went wide instead, and watch, he'll dump it to Donnelly. Watch as Donnelly blind, misses the guy he was hoping for, but Gretzky comes in late. He moves on Bobby Dallas, tees it up. One thing about Wayne Gretzky, his slap shot is underrated, and the accuracy of his slap shot is definitely underrated. He always looks up and very seldom looks back down at the puck when he strikes it. He knows where it's going, baby.
Don't you think he loves that after what we told you was said about him by Todd Ewan and some of the Ducks? He came into tonight's game with a real purpose. This is a very proud player. Gretzky gets his 27th. Donnelly and Curry the assist at 10:23 in his first goal against the Mighty Ducks in the 4 games. He's got 3 assists. Shot deflected wide. Alexei Kasatonov, the defenseman, 2-on-1. Gretzky on the near side. Gretzky with Donnelly. Gretzky dropped it. Open. Score! Mike Donnelly, 2-0 Kings. His first goal in 16 games.
Gary, the Mighty Ducks pride themselves, as I mentioned at the start of the game, on no odd man rushes. Check it out. They've been just like a sieve. I mean, just like a screen door trying to hold water. I mean, the Kings have been all over them in the last 5 minutes with 2-on-1s. Gretzky with a terrific pass. Remember the last time he came down, Bobby Dallas was backing up. He looked Dallas off, then he took the shot, and he hit the post. Next time down, he looked Dallas off, and he scored. Dallas said, I'm going to go and get him this time. Bobby Dallas went for him. Wrong. You can't do that with Wayne.
Better not to challenge the Goliaths when you don't have the right slingshot.
Well, you never have the right slingshot when you're 2-on-1 against Wayne and anybody.
Boy, I'll tell you. Dumped into the middle. 2-0 lead. Donnelly's 15th. Gretzky the assist at 10:56. 2 goals in 33 seconds for the Los Angeles Kings. Dixon Ward trying to hold it in. Pat Conacher back to help. They get no whistle. There was one. They say no. Reichel holds it in behind the net. Rob Blake back to get it. Couldn't. Cleared along the near side, David Williams. Williams brings it up for the Mighty Ducks, who find themselves down 2-0 in this game, having not beaten the Kings yet in 3 previous outings. Played off the boards on the far side. Stu Grimson was there, but they could not hold it in.
It's a double-edged sword. The Mighty Ducks are usually a patient team. They're all jacked up. They're at home. They haven't been patient. See what the results are? They're down by 2.
Being outshot here, 11-6, and they riled up Gretzky, and he's got 2 points. Mike Donnelly got the second goal for the Kings.
Now, how good does that feel? It's his first goal now in 16 games. He hadn't scored in the previous 15 with all of his speed, and he had a great chance earlier in the period. And sometimes when you're in a slump, you say to yourself, oh man, that might be the only chance I'll get in this game. But he ended up with a 2-on-1 with the right guy, with Wayne Gretzky.
Know what that feels like to come down on a wing open with Gretzky and the puck on the other side.
You know one thing, you always got a chance to score.
Keep that stick on the ice.
Just close your eyes and keep your stick on the ice and it'll hit it.
Shitnik drops it out through center, and the Kings leading 2-0. Last two shots have ended up in the back of the net. Consecutive shots, they've had the goal. Sean Hill cleared it around out through center. Played there, and believe me, they've taken some fire out of the Ducks here in this first period. You can sense it, you can feel it, and they've got the crowd back in the back of their seats.
Well, maybe the Ducks will start playing their game now. You get chances against a team like the LA Kings by being patient, because the Kings usually self-destruct sooner or later. Now and again, they make mistakes. They're wide open. The Ducks have to go back to being patient. If they try to run and gun, this is going to get worse.
Offside on the Kings. Want to remind you, ESPN's National Hockey Night, and National Hockey Night is Friday night, 8:30 next week Eastern Time, 5:30 Pacific. The Boston Bruins with Adam Oates will take on the St. Louis Blues and Brett Hull, who has 38 goals coming into today's play. Brendan Shanahan, his teammate, up there as well. 33 goals. Shanahan. Bruins and Blues. National Hockey Night next Friday. And delighted to have you with us. Gary Thorne, Bill Clement, and Al Morganti. ESPN's National Hockey Night as we begin that countdown towards the Stanley Cup playoffs. And you'll be seeing a ton of playoff games on ESPN and on ESPN2. Hope you'll be with us. Right now, it's who's going to get there. It's going to make the end of the season mighty interesting. Shitnik on the run. McEachran was trailing. Coming in too far, Robert Reichel on the near wing, creating the offside.
You know, this is not only a big game for the Mighty Ducks, it's obviously a big game for the Kings too. They're tied in points, but it's a huge game for the goaltender in net tonight for the Mighty Ducks, Guy Hebert, and I'll tell you why. This team, the Mighty Ducks, need to know that they have a big game player, and this may be the biggest game of Guy Hebert's career. He is 0-3 against the Kings this year. He is 0-4 against the San Jose Sharks. Those are big rivalries. Those are big games, and Ron Wilson needs to know that he has a big game goaltender.
Interesting, Hamilton College, where Hebert played his college hockey, and there we got our first fight of the game. It's Scott Ewan.
Is it Ewan? It's either Ewan or the Grim Reaper. No, it's the Grim Reaper, and it's Phil Crow, number 23 for the Kings. Ooh!
Phil Crow knows.
Oh, baby! Oh! You're talking about one of the longest reaches in hockey, and Stu Grimson. He's 6'5", and a lot of that is arms. Phil Crow is tough, but Grimson has the reach.
Mighty Ducks are fourth in fewest penalties. The Los Angeles Kings, #1 in penalty minutes per game. 2-0 Kings. Welcome back, everybody. The Kings leading it by a score of 2-0. 5 minutes each for Fighting Grimson and Crow.
Watch at the top right of the screen, right off the face-off. I mean, Phil Crow went for Stu Grimson and started throwing punches. You know what? It took Grimson a while to recover. Look, I mean, he had to actually turn around, get squared up. They didn't do his business, but he came on strong. Second half kind of fighter.
And with the 5, nobody gets the advantage on the power play. Alexei Kasatonov cleared it out through center. 2-0 lead, Los Angeles Kings. Gretzky and Donnelly have the goals. Deflected back to Rob Blake. Blake will dump it into the wide side corner. Hebert goes back to get it. Hebert 25, 29, and 6 in his career. Just turned 27 years old, getting his chance here with the Mighty Ducks. Brought back to the point. Dallas had trouble handling it, but was able to hold it in. Semenoff clears it back in behind the net. Played there by Sean McEachran. McEachran has worked at both the wing and center this season. Can rush that puck. He's one of those, not scoring as much as he or the team would like. Would love to pick it up second half. Terry Yake starts the other way. Yake, formerly with the Whalers, moves it in, waiting for some help. Goes to the middle, deflected pass to him, went wide as Semenoff trying to get it back to Yake, who was cutting. Gretzky back out, couldn't knock that one down, and this will be an icing call on the Kings. Touch up by David Williams.
Well, Stu Grimson is gone. There he was, gone. I mean, that's his penalty box. Phil Crow is in his box for the Kings, but Stu Grimson is gone. It looked like he was favoring his right hand. He has had a bad index finger in his right hand for about a month. Guess what? It wasn't that bad. He threw all kinds of rights at Phil Crow, but he may have re-damaged that index finger on his right hand, so he's gone for repairs. We'll see if he comes back. Right?
Yeah. 6:05 left to go here in the first. Ducks have not had a shot in the last 7 minutes. There's Stu Grimson, the man who headed to the dressing room. Grimson, who gives you some great weight. That's a real heavy.
Oh, and you know what? For a change, he's trying to hurt somebody in the other team. He put Semenoff out for 7 weeks. He put Gary Volk out, his own teammate, in a warm-up when he clanked him. He said, you know what? I feel like one of those bug zappers. People run into me and just fall down dead.
No, that's not it, Stu. Cleared on the near side boards by Peter Doris. Doris able to hold it in. David Williams ran it into the corner. Dumped back around the net. Bobby Corkum on the far side. Corkum sends it to Doris. Doris out of the University of New Hampshire could not control. Trying to hold it in the zone. Doris still battling. Doris got the stick on it. Corkum over to help. Tipped away by Gretzky to center. Dropped back to Yari Curry. Intended for Donnelly. Broken up from behind. And Corkum plays the puck. Corkum cleared it out. Gretzky, they say, could have touched it, so they let it go. And Kelly Rudy goes back to get it. Kelly Rudy in nets, got the lead, 2-0. Gretzky, goal and an assist. Offside Donnelly on the near wing. Steve Levy's back there and all that snow with the scores. Steve.
Thank you, Gary. I thought you forgot about me there for a while. 4-2, the Wings leading the Flyers at Joe Louis in the third. Steve Yzerman, Ray Shepard, the 2-on-1. They freeze Gary Galley, the perfect pass. Ray Shepard, one of the best stories of the year. That's goal number 40 on the season. Back to the pond.
Steve, we would never, ever forget you. Ever. How dare you say that?
That's his name, Steve?
Isn't that Steve?
Oh, it's Steve. Yeah.
Steve, yeah. That's the one.
Never forget him.
Never, ever forget. 2-0 lead for the Kings. I thought he was out shoveling. Trying to get the car cleaned off.
He'll be doing that trying to get home.
He probably just won't go. 5:20 left to go here in the first period on ESPN's National Hockey Night. And they do a little work on the pond. What a great building. You cannot believe this building from outside looks like a first-class resort in Florida from the outside. It's got that pink facade, pink granite facade.
Pink and green. I mean, it's gorgeous.
It's unbelievable.
Palm trees all around it.
Yeah, palm trees all around. And as only the Disney people can do, they put on about a half-hour show before the game starts. That's second to none. It's just like you'd see at Disneyland or Disney World. Shitnik back to get it. Banged into the zone, or attempted at least. Taken away by Sean Hill, away from Robitaille. Shitnik pickpockets it away. Alexei Shitnik for the Kings, out intended for Robitaille too far. Arms up for the icing on this one, and there will be, as Sean Hill goes back to get it. 4:58 left in the first. Shots 11-6 in favor of the Ducks, but the Kings lead it 2-0. Let's check in with Al Morganti.
Thanks, Gary. Well, Stu Grimson suffered the perils of a fighter. He had a right hand, some stitches that he already had were reopened. He's having it restitched. He'll be back at the game in about, I would say, about 5 minutes to close those stitches up. I wonder how they got into stitches in the first place, guys.
You wonder how they're going to do stitches in the first place. Well, it starts with a needle and a thread, Al.
Or a good comedy act. Face-off will be to the right here of Kelly Rudy.
It's tough enough having stitches anywhere near your knuckles, because even when you're not punching somebody, it's a part of the body that's always moving, and it's really tough to heal. You can imagine what it's like for stitches to heal when you're trying to punch somebody with your stitches.
No, it's a very long season when that's how you make your money. Cleared up on the near sideboard. Sean Hill saves Rudy. Rebound. It goes in. Light goes on. And Trottier behind the net. Hasn't pointed, and I'm not sure if he's made a call. Joe Sacco knocked it in the net. Trottier has yet to signal goal.
The only person that has signaled goal. Well, who was the Duck that was in front, Gary? I mean, we're up about 3 miles here. Was it Joe Sacco?
I think Sacco.
He cheered goal, and the goal judge signaled goal. There's Sacco. Oh, baby, I'll tell you what. I don't know how the goal judge could see it, because Kelly Rudy looked like he smothered it in, and Trottier was obviously confused, couldn't see it. Look at Sacco behind the net. Man, you come from behind the net, nobody can check you. This will be tough, folks.
On the phone, did it cross the line? Joe Sacco, if he is credited with the goal, will have his 8th and could bring the Mighty Ducks to within 1. They've put it up on the board, but they're still on the telephone.
We should have the goal judge on the blower sooner or later, too, should we not? I mean, there he is, right on cue.
Perfect.
The man can take a cue.
Now we'll see. Jeff Relson is the video goal judge. He will talk to both the referee. See, Sacco was pointing, and you saw him pointing after he thought the puck went in as to why the light had not come on. He was pointing behind the net. Shane Heyer.
Is that the phone up to Shane Heyer's ear?
Well, I'll guarantee you it wouldn't be Richard Trottier listening to the phone that high.
No, but I mean, I'm wondering why it's Shane Heyer.
Heyer may have had a better view.
Yes. Trottier may have said, you know what, I didn't see it. You better discuss it.
They're both on the phone.
Oh, are they? They've got a party line.
It's the new world, the super highway.
They both were.
Hockey. Sacco's still waiting to see if he's going to be credited with that goal.
Yes, the signal, I believe, is goal. I don't know. Or
He's it. Kelly Rudy and the Kings are not arguing. So Sacco will be credited with the goal. A very important goal here.
He may have been signaling Gary Trottier may have been signaling face-off to the right of Kelly Rudy as opposed to pointing at the net. Now the booze come up, and I think that's what he was signaling.
You're right. There is no goal. I'm sorry. He was signaling for the face-off. So the Mighty Ducks do not get it. No wonder the Kings weren't arguing. A great play by Kelly Rudy to reach back and pull that puck because Sacco had an empty net to shoot at with Kelly Rudy diving backwards.
I can only imagine that the goal judge at that end reported that he had jumped the gun.
Well, it's off and it remains 2-0. Kelly Rudy knocks it away again. Backhand shot. Rudy deflected into the corner. Stu Grimson out in front in 2 chances. Shitnik Grimson on him. Tried to make him part of the plexiglass. In the corner, McEachran. Shitnik partially fanning on that one. McEachran gets it out. Kings up 2-0 and they have the puck. McEachran moving in. McEachran to Conacher. Conacher tips it down low, follows up. Van Allen's got a stick in the midsection on him. Conacher clears it around the boards. Stepping up to hold it in, Doug Huda, the defenseman. Huda. It's cleared around, but not out of the zone yet. Van Allen got it up as the Ducks had the momentum taken away from them. They came out on the charge here. The Kings got it back as Gretzky got a goal and set up Donnelly on the very next chance down ice. 2 goals, 33 seconds. And the Kings have the 2-0 lead. Joe Sacco again. Let's try it again. Sacco deflected wide. Penalty coming up. Delayed call on the Kings. And there's the whistle. So a delayed call here as Joe Sacco got another chance at it coming through the middle. Trying to put it in. Shot it wide, though, on Kelly Rudy.
I think this one's going to end up being against the Kings, right? It's Shitnik. Joe Sacco from behind the net. Right in front, you see Shitnik dumping his man in front of Kelly Rudy, and that's the penalty that was called. It was Troy Loney that he upended right in front of Kelly Rudy.
Kelly Rudy says, I'm having more fun playing than I ever have before because I suddenly realized this year, at the age of 33, I haven't got many years left in this game, and I'm going to enjoy every day that I come to an arena.
And besides that, Gary, last year when Barry Melrose sat Kelly Rudy out, he kind of developed a new perspective, and that was, it's not that complicated a game. It's a little more simple than I thought. And I'm just going to play to have fun and be me and do what I can do to help the team. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. I'm not going to crucify myself if we lose.
He's been outstanding for them, facing a ton of shots. You saw the struggle the Mighty Ducks have been in on their power play, unable to pick anything up on it here in the last 20 chances, which covers just shy of 300 minutes in a hockey action. They've got the power play here. They are down at 2-0. Bobby Corkum behind the net. Corkum hit by Rob Blake and Nifty Good. Those are 2 big guys right there. Paired up in the zone by Jari Kurri. Gretzky giving chase. He beaten to it, and Kasatonov goes back to get it. Alexei Kasatonov, 12 years with the Soviet Red Army team. Many Olympic games for him. Kasatonov had been with the Devils, picked up in the expansion draft. Deflected at the point. Gretzky was able to knock it away. Jari Kurri. Shorthand to the Kings. Up for Gretzky. Gretzky and Kasatonov. Hello, one-on-one. Gretzky to the middle. Kasatonov tied him up. Just let the puck roll away and got some help. Ducks on the power play. This is their first power play of the game. Kings have had 1 power play chance and did not convert. Dumped again back up the center. Gary Volk comes back to get it. 5 power play goals for Troy Loney, who leads the Mighty Ducks in power play goals. Semenov had it knocked away. Anatoly Semenov knocks it away from Charlie Huddy. Semenov set up in the middle. A shot. Score! Power play goal. Sean Van Allen.
Well done by the Ducks. Good puck movement. When the puck is moving and people are moving, you're a tough power play to stop. Semenov was moving behind the net, moved it into Corkum, and you can see that Van Allen was moving through the box, and before Jari Kurri could read it, Van Allen had his 5th goal of the season. He just one-timed it low past Kelly Rudy. But one of those 2 things has to happen on the power play. People have to move, or the puck has to move. When both happen, it's very difficult to defend against, and both of those things happen. The Ducks did a good job.
So they make it a 2-1 game. Mighty Ducks power play goal, breaking that 0 for 20 they were in. Stood out 3 for 20 against the Kings on the power play this year. The jam up in the corner. Dixon Ward was there. Shot saved by Hebert. Hangs on. Dixon Ward gets in a little shoving match, and Terry Yate comes in to break it up. So 2-1 with 2:16 to go in the first period. 16th shot for the Ducks as they collect the goal, and Sean Van Allen, the man who got it, his 5th goal of the season at 17:28. Yate and Semenoff had the assist.
Maybe Ronnie Wilson's power play can heat up a little bit. That's 1 in the last 21. Now, well, they're 1 for 1 after going 0 for 20, so they are officially hot. We won't call it. Oh, you like Bill? I talked to Kelly Rudy this morning as you look at Barry Melrose, who stands behind the Kings bench, and I said to Kelly Rudy, what about these Ducks? First words out of his mouth, well coached. I mean, when the opposition says well coached, you know you've got a good coach behind your bench, and that's what Rudy called Wilson.
The Mighty Ducks saying this morning, their players, about how they really feel as though Wilson's got a sense of them as a team and as individuals. Knows what to do when, pushes the right buttons.
Well, he's a tremendous coach as a psychologist as well. I mean, he finds kind of the psychic wound in the other team, whether it's hitting the New York Rangers and letting them overreact, whether it's trying to get the Kings to buy into a rivalry. He doesn't have the players to match skill, so he looks for a psychological edge, and very often he finds it.
He's done a great job with it. Boy, there could have been a slash behind that play, I'll tell you. Todd Ewan took a whack on the far side, a one-handed shot.
He saw him? Did he see him? I mean, Trottier is calling a penalty, and it looks like he's going for Ewan.
Todd Ewan really came up as he did a 360 turn. Thomas Sandstrom had spun him around, and he whacked him on the back. Ewan did. Trottier is going to get at least one here. There's Ewan.
Well, there is the other heavyweight for the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. He is a big, strong, tough man. So he's holding Sandstrom's stick actually there. Oh, that was one of those I'm falling. I better make it look like I'm falling, I think. I don't think it hurt Sandstrom, but the decent... it wasn't called either, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Say a decent call. That's right.
Penalties on the Kings. Rob Blake gets a tripping at 18:21. So he's out of there. Todd Ewan is not. Ewan is the man who had the comments about Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky, 3-time winner of the Lady Byng. And Ewan saying he's after the whiner Byng. I don't think I'll ever get over seeing that. They cleared back out in the center. Second power play opportunity. Got a chance to tie this game up 2-1. A minute 23 to go in the first. Kings leading. Bobby Corkum. Corkum got it in the middle. Back to Corkum. Deflected away. Very Faulk. Corkum in the middle. Corkum, the intended on the pass, blocked as Faulk tried to get it back. On the far side, Don McSween, 29-year-old free agent working a point. Center. Corkum! Tie game! The Ducks have come back!
Well, Barry Melrose penalty killers were too aggressive on this one. Look at the chase right there. Rob Blake comes out. Everybody has to rotate. They don't rotate fast enough. Yari Curry, number 17 for the Kings, doesn't get back to Bob Corkum. There's Corkum, number 20. Yari Curry comes to try to take him. But once you got position on your check, meaning you're closer to the net than your check is, you got a good chance if you can get the biscuit. And Corkum kept his stick on the ice and scored to tie it.
Bobby Corkum over the last 2 seasons had 8 goals in the National Hockey League with Buffalo. Has just as you saw, picked up the game that has tied this up a minute ago. 19 goals for Corkum on the year. Game is tied at 2-2 after it looked like the Kings were going to start a rout. The Ducks have come right back. Anatoly Semenoff in. Semenoff with Troy Loney. Dumped back in deeper by Yate. Blake trying to make the move. Loney trying to tie him up. Does. Puck pinned up underneath it. And with 40 seconds left to go here in this first, get the face-off.
Bob Corkum's biggest NHL season was last year with the Buffalo Sabres. 6 goals and 4 assists in 68 games. What a difference ice time makes.
There he's their leading scorer with 19 goals now. The power play came at 18:56. Doris and Volk picking up the assist on the goal. So the Kings got the first 2 in 33 seconds, a span of 33 seconds by Donnelly and Gretzky. And now on 2 power plays, Bobby Corkum has tied it up with the second power play goal of the night for the Mighty Ducks. 80% of the sales of merchandise in the National Hockey League this year as the Mighty Ducks on it. Shot save made by Bear. Roll back out in front. Dixon Ward had just gone by. Semenoff is able to get it out. Back up ice. Terry Yake. Yake the move. Just deflected wide. Yake dove at the last second. Rebound shot. Troy Loney covered up. And Kelly Rudy gives an elbow.
And he got caught.
To the back of the head of Sean Hill.
And he got caught. Trottier, the referee, was standing there watching him. I mean, they came off the turnbuckle, and Kelly came down with the elbow. Rob Blake buried Sean Hill before that. I was watching Trottier to see if he was going to call one against Rob Blake. Here comes Terry Yake. Now, Sean Hill is coming in the background for a rebound. Terry Yake gets ridden off the play. Watch on the left of your screen. There is Sean Hill. Now, as he moves it out front, watch this battle going on. And Rob Blake will come out and bury him. And then Kelly Rudy came down after that with the elbow on Hill. Well,
Kelly Rudy gets 2 for roughing.
Remember what I said in the open. I wanted to see how the LA Kings kept their cool. Now they've taken 3 consecutive penalties. The Mighty Ducks have scored on 2 consecutive penalties with a 3rd one coming up. That ain't cool, folks.
The Ducks, their 2 goals on consecutive shots over a span of 1:28. The Kings scored theirs on 2 consecutive shots over a span of 33 seconds. Now the power play for the 3rd time. Here's the team that came in 0 for their last 20 on the power play, 2 for 2.
There's the elbow. Kelly, pretty obvious. Little subtle. Come on, a little more subtle than that.
All right, let's see what they do with 15 seconds left to go. The Ducks have the face-off where they want it. In the offensive zone, shots are 18-8 in favor of the 18-8 in favor of the Ducks. And they win another draw. Back to the point, Sean Van Hill. Sean Hill. Near side, McSween deflected wide. The face-off was won by Sean Van Hill, who got back to Sean Hill.
Sean Van Allen.
And we have finished one, and a great comeback by the Mighty Ducks for their full house as they have come back to tie it 2-2. Steve Levy.
An ongoing research project to determine the ultimate beverage. I'm isolating superstar model Cindy Crawford in a Pepsi deprivation chamber.
I'll do anything for science.
We're allowing Cindy a wide range of beverages, but not a single solitary drop of Pepsi. You're hip. You'll be all right. Cindy, how do you feel?
I don't know about you guys, but I'm dying for a Pepsi.
Conclusive scientific proof. Pepsi is the ultimate beverage.
Friday night, ESPN National Hockey Night, Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim. Gary Thorne, Bill Clement, and Al Morganti. Bill?
Well, not a bad period for both teams, but the Kings got into trouble being too aggressive, especially on their penalty killing. The Ducks power play. Right here on this play, the puck is in the corner at one point. Doug Huda right here moves to get the puck, and he just tries to slam it out of the zone, but he slams it right to Don McSween, who is standing back at the point waiting for it. When McSween gets it, Gretzky goes right to him. You see both of them standing out here at the blue line. McSween, little chip shot to Gary Volk, no problem. But look at Hootie, he comes all the way out here to get Gary Volk. When he does that, Volk, who is standing at the top of the circle, nice pass into Duras. The only chance the Kings had is if Waters, who is right here, moves on Duras, and if Jari Kurri picks up Bob Corkum, the guy that scored. When the play happens that quickly, your guys don't have time to rotate. And because Huda reacted so quickly, his teammates couldn't rotate.
We are tied at 2-2, and Wayne Gretzky goes against Bobby Corkum in the faceoff. The Kings, 1:40 remaining on the penalty picked up at the end of the period, as it was Kelly Rudy for roughing in 1945. So 2 for 2 on the power play, the Ducks, and they have their 3rd power play underway right now. Shorthanded Gretzky, save made by Hebert. Hebert knocks it away as the Ducks have outshot the Kings 18-8 in this game. But the Kings got the first 2 goals answered on 2 power play goals by the Mighty Ducks. Swung around in the middle, Bobby Corkum got squeezed out of the play. Puck just sitting there behind the net. Drawn back in by Rob Blake. Lost it to Corkum. Corkum back out. David Williams shot, skipped wide. It was deflected. Touched up by Gary Volk. Volk got a piece of that going through the middle. Still a power play, 57 seconds on it. Short-handed Gretzky again. Gretzky coming, Blake on his left. Gretzky in, dropped it off. Gary Kurri scores! What a pass and what a shot by Jari Kurri. Oh, Bill,
Gary,
this is what the game's all about.
Wayne Gretzky is absolutely on fire. What a game he is having. And you know what? You think you got all the holes plugged, and then all of a sudden the dam breaks. I mean, the Ducks did a good job of getting back. Here comes Wayne. Everybody thinks he's looking for Rob Blake. Look behind you guys. Jari Kurri came a long way, Gary. He dug in on his zone and passed two of the Mighty Ducks. You know why? They didn't think he was coming. They were looking at Wayne the whole time.
His second shorthanded goal of the year. His 23rd goal overall. Gretzky's got a 3-point night, a goal and 2 assists. And the Kings lead the Ducks again 3-2. Short-handed goal. Still 43 seconds left in the power play for the Mighty Ducks. Los Angeles, 13 short-handed goals. 9 have been given up by the Ducks this season. Jari Kurri from Gretzky and Blake at 57 seconds of the second period. 547 goals collected by Jari Kurri. Still a power play chance here to get it tied up. McSween shot wide of the net. Good rip by Sean Hill. Hill again, dropping it down low into the middle. Swept to the corner and out of the zone. Outstanding play that time by Doug Huda. He banked it off the boards to himself. Let the Mighty Duck go by and then cleared the zone. Nice play. Brought back up by Sean Hill. And the penalty's over. So the Kings get the shorthanded goal in that power play chance. And the Kings have a 3-2 lead 2 minutes into this second period. Waters going back behind his own net. Tim Waters, he'll wait. Out in front of the net, Sean Van Allen. Blake cleared it up through center ice. Pat Conacher. Conacher clears it in wide. Conacher, Reichel, and Dixon Ward on this line. Reichel centered off the goaltender's stick. Rebound shot deflected into the corner. Lee Baer just got enough of that one to knock it away. Far side, Bobby Dallas. Plus 13 coming into the game for Dallas, leading the Mighty Ducks in the plus-minus department. Played there by Tim Waters, 13th season.
What a terrific number that is. I mean, the people can't appreciate that. You've been on the ice for 13 more goals that your team has scored than the opposition has scored at even strength, and your team is 10 games under 500. Plus 13 on this team is incredible.
Dallas is the one who's got it. Rob Blake brings it up ice. Even strength here. Blake into the zone. Little room, takes the shot. Lee Baer knocks it away. The Kings start to put some shots on. Sandstrom held it in. Robert Long turning to the middle. Long, Sean Van Allen took him out of the play. Played off the near side boards for Troy Loney. Loney starts it up ice, wearing the C for the Mighty Ducks. Loney leaves it. Shot wide. Kelly Rudy didn't see that. Joe Sacco, who can shoot, ripped that over the shoulder. As Rudy was screened, skater went between them. Back out in front. Sacco shot deflected again. Wide of the net as Hill was down low to get it. Here comes Long. Robert Long brings it up. Long over the line. Wanted to go himself, taken out of the play by McSween, near side Van Allen. 6 years in the minors for Sean Van Allen. Gets his chance here, and Kelly Rudy denies him the goal. Van Allen, nice move. Rebound goes around the boards. Held in by Grimson. Stu Grimson, they holler Stu. Stu in. Deflected off the side of the net as he tried to draw it back. Sador trying to clear it around, and it bounces out the center. Hill had to come back to get it. Both teams changing it up with the fly. Charlie Huddy playing tic-tac with Sador. People out.
Todd Ewan never wiped Sador out.
All the way across ice that time. Charlie Huddy shot saved by Hebert. Rebound wide. There's Todd Ewan with it. Ewan dropped it in the middle. They got a chance here as Kahnbach brings it in. Kahnbach dropped it. No. Ended up in a 3-on-3. Couldn't send it up to McEwen in the middle. Back comes Gretzky. Gretzky drops it. Heads to the net. Donnelly can't get it to him. Ewan was back of the check. Jari Kurri bangs it. It ends up over the glass and into the seats. Second period from Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim, home of the Mighty Ducks, who are trailing it here 3-2.
Boy, you got to worry when you're playing against a guy that writes children's books. That's Todd Ewan, 36 in white. He just leveled Daryl Sador. He is illustrated and written a children's book called A Frog Called Hop. It's about a frog who dared to be different, and it's a terrific story. A very interesting person, Todd Ewan is.
He calls himself a purist when it comes to the game. A purist. I'm not sure the definition of purist anymore. I thought I had an idea. Shitnik drops it off for Gretzky. Gretzky trying to get it to Jari Kurri. Intercepted Bobby Corkum the other way. Corkum, Blake over, and Rob Blake cuts him off. Good play by Rob Blake to get over and break it up as Corkum was sent down ice by Kasatonov. And the Kings will regroup. Jitnik goes back to get it. Drops it in the middle for Gretzky, who's got a goal and 2 assists, and offside. Dallas tried to hold it in and could not. Kings leading it here 3-2. We'll keep you up to date on other National Hockey League games on our Bud Light scoreboard. This is an interesting matchup here in a couple of ways tonight. The Kings are 24th in the league on the road. They are 6-18-4. The Ducks are 25th in the league at home, where they are 9-18-2. Does that mean nobody wins?
We got a good chance of a tie, folks. Stay tuned. Overtime guaranteed tonight. Wayne Gretzky with 3 points. Sergei Fedorov has 2 points in his game tonight. The Red Wings at last word were up on the Flyers by, I think, 6-2, and Fedorov had 2 points. Gretzky was leading Fedorov for the scoring race by 8 coming in. So he's ahead by 9 as of right now.
Doesn't take him long, does it? Peter Doris was able to hold it in. Gary Ball tried to center. Rolled in on Kelly Rudy, who flips it away. And the Kings back out. McEachran. Crow trailing. McEachran drops it off. A Crow battling the Ducks. Bobby Corrigan. First line out there for the Mighty Ducks. Gary Ball shot on from center by Doris. Knocked away to McEachran. Back into the middle. Right side, Crow following this play in, but it'll be offside as Pat Conacher tried to drop it back. Also here tonight at the Pond, Al Morgan.
Thanks, Gary. Well, this has turned into a pretty good home ice advantage for the Ducks. They're sold out for the rest of this year. They have, well, they're not totally sold out. Only 200 tickets maximum for any game the remainder of this year. 13,500 season ticket base. They've done an incredible job selling these tickets, and they're going to be lined up for next year. The games for the Kings were sold out in June. Terrific success story in Southern California, guys.
You know, they didn't expect to do this well attendance-wise. They are ahead of projections. This is the 13th straight sellout and 15th on the year, and it looks like they may sell out just about the rest of the way. I mean, it is really a terrific success story.
A tremendous story. I remember some people when they said, hey, we're going to call on the Mighty Ducks, going, oh, you got to be kidding. It'll never work in the National. Oh, yeah.
And that's when I always said, don't bet against Disney.
No, please don't do that. Hill's got it. They brought a whole new era to the National Hockey League. Third back out through center after Reichel put the hit on the far side, and Semenoff rebound deflected into the corner. Or Sweeney, whether who got hit. Just bear that in mind. Sweeney took a good shot from Reichel. Brought back in. Terry Yake. Yake leaves it at the point. Hill! Saved by Kelly Rudy. Sean Hill wide open, and Kelly Rudy, nobody screened him, so he saw it head on. Hill again holds it in. Set it to the near side corner. The Kings try to get it out of the zone. Just batted at by Long. Chased down by Alexei Kasatonov. Satonov sends it up. Kings were changing. Got caught. Terry Yake. Yake moving in. Semenoff couldn't handle it. Yake still does. Dumps it for Loney. Intercepted. Huddy gets hauled down, and a penalty coming up. Delayed call on the Mighty Ducks. Dropped off by Robert Long to Wayne Gretzky. Delayed whistle. There it is. The Kings will have a power play when we come back. The Los Angeles Kings, second period, leading the Ducks by 1.
Well, Terry Yake can't be a happy camper for the Mighty Ducks. Watch, he has his screen set up. He fakes the shot. Why not shoot? It gets worse. Terry Yake bogs down. Charlie Huddy tries to get out of the zone. Hog-tied. Not a good shift for Terry Yake. He is off, and the Kings are on the power play.
6:46 holding on Terry Yake. The Los Angeles Kings 0 for 1 on the power play. Terry Yake's mom and dad, I don't remember what airport it was, came up to me out of the blue to say hi.
Really?
I'd never met them before, and they said, you know, we'd just like to introduce ourselves, so I hope they're listening.
They probably liked you because you're one of the few guys that hasn't called him teriyaki. Well, he has been called that. The pronunciation of his name by different PA announcers, and it's gotten as bad as number 25, teriyaki.
We'll have some of that after the game, but for right now, it's Terry Yake. Very nice mom and dad. Right back in behind the net. 13 left to go here in the second period. Power play for the Kings. They've had the 2-0 lead in this game before the Ducks came back on power play goals. Then the Kings got the shorthanded goal by Yari Curry in this period. Now the Kings have a chance to extend it back to 2. Gretzky. Gretzky already 3 points. Jitnik shot deflected. Bounces, and Hebert hangs on. Quite a story for Hebert, finding home here, his 31st start of the season. He and Ron Tugnut sharing the duties, but Hebert right now is their #1 goaltender. 24 starts for Tugnut, but he'll see most of the action here in big games, I think.
You know, over the last 10 games, Hebert has been the #1 guy, and for an interesting reason, Ron Tugnut's wife was about to deliver their first child, and everything went well, but Tugnut stayed home from the road, and the Ducks said that and there's tugged up behind the bench. The Ducks said, yeah, you have our approval. The GM said, I'd probably fine a guy for not wanting to be there for the birth of his first child. Jack Ferrara said that. But as a result, Tugnup missed 4 days. Took 2 days to get back in the swing of things. And during that time, Barrett had a pretty good run. And Tugnup hasn't been able to take it away from him since. So I hope he enjoyed the birth of his kid.
All right.
He lost his job.
Robitaille in the corner. Right now for these guys, if they win, they're really not concerned about who's doing what. Gretzky trying to center at the back of the net, Bobby Cork. Short-handed, the Mighty Ducks. Corkum brings it in. Corkum rattled it off a little bit. Sandstrom picks it up. Sandstrom, 17 goals, 24 assists on the season. Out on the power play with Gretzky and Jari Kurri. Back for Zhitnik. The Ducks all up along the blue line and center, forcing the play at center ice. 35 left on the power play. Chance for Los Angeles. Gretzky dumped it in. He got tied up by McSween. Cleared around. Held in by Zhitnik. Back for Thomas Sandstrom. Sandstrom looking. Gretzky's on the weak side. Over on the near side post. Now goes behind the net. Gretzky right there. He wanted the center. Had it caught by Don McSween. And cleared over Blake's head. Good job by the penalty killers here, who have been strong for the Ducks. They are 9th overall in the National Hockey League at killing them off. 12th in the league at home. Short-handed are the Mighty Ducks. Robitaille to Gretzky. Gretzky wide side. Flipped by Ladasseur out of the zone. Huddy goes back to get it, and the penalty is over. The Kings are 0 for 2. On the power play tonight, it remains a Kings 3-2 lead as the Ducks are back at even strength. Don McSween ends up going length of the ice. Terry Yake touched the toe. It's not an icing. Up for Jari Kurri. Kurri has a bounce off his skates out to center. Back to get it, Bobby Dallas. Dallas, we said, had the flu yesterday and a little concerned about tonight, but he's getting his regular ice time here in this game. Back in their own end with it. Anatoly Semenov, 11 years with Dynamo Moscow in the Soviet Elite League. Semenov, one of their great stars. And like Kasatonov, a lot of Olympic play.
He had 11 good years. I mean, he was a terrific player. He played on the national team, and he wasn't really recognized as a top player, but he was one of their 4 units for about 10 years.
Gretzky dropped it to Kurri, and the skates couldn't handle it. Kasatonov cleared it up. Kurri's right there. Jari Kurri has added to his totals tonight the 15th all-time leading scorer in National Hockey League history. Jari Kurri, his 547th goal picked up here tonight, short-handed to give the Kings the lead at this moment, at least 3-2. Held onto by Kelly Rudy, wrapped around the boards hard by Thompson, but not out. Down the middle, chance to tie. McSweeney deflected in front, never got in on goal. Bounced off Tim Waters' skates. Waters standing right in front. Shot again deflected off Waters. Waters gloves it to the boards. He can do that in the defensive zone. What ends up being a hand pass centered for Troy Loney. Back to the point. Ladasseur. Randy Ladasseur centers. Deflects out deep. One defenseman back. Race on. Dixon Ward. Ward the move. Ward in. Ward rolled it. Batted. And a penalty coming up. No goal as the net came loose. A hooking call on Sean Van Allen, who had to get back as Dixon Ward made the run and Ron Wilson's team down. A goal will be shorthanded.
Well, here's a look at the penalty to Sean Van Allen. Good job by number 9 in black protecting the puck. Look how he keeps it on the far side of his body. Now he's a right-hand shot. If he wants to take a shot, he's got to pull it back where Sean Van Allen can actually check him. But he protected it long enough that Van Allen had to hook him before he got his scoring chance.
Van Allen goes to the sin bin, and the Kings go back on the power play. They've had 2 shots on their previous 2 power plays. They are 0 for 2. Here's their 3rd chance, and again a chance to extend that lead. Cleared out of the zone, off the draw, poked away to center by Bobby Corkum. Zhitnik will go back to get it. He and Blake along the blue line on the power play. Gretzky back out there with Jari Kurri. Cleared in off the back of the net. Donnelly stays on this power play unit. There's Donnelly behind the net. It's on the back of the net and long enough to draw the whistle. And Richard Trottier says the faceoff is going to come out to center. Power play for Los Angeles with 9:12 to go in the first period. Ducks out shooting the Kings 22-13, but Barry Melrose's club up a goal.
The big question is, can they hang on? There are only 2 teams that are worse than the LA Kings at keeping the puck out of their net. This team is ranked 24th in defense. You know, Wayne Gretzky still has so much jump here. I mean, after last year when he looked tired, he was not only hurt, but he looked tired this year. And that's what I watch Wayne Gretzky for. I mean, I watch to see how much energy he appears to have. Is he getting tired? What have you thought tonight?
Not only isn't he tired, he was happy this morning that not that somebody wasn't here personally, but that the team was going to be short-handed.
Right.
He said, "Oh, we're going to have to double shift. Gee, that's too bad."
Yeah, everybody else was saying the same thing too.
He can't wait to get out there. Kings leading at 3-2. Want to remind you, ESPN2's Fire on Ice will continue on Tuesday, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. The red-hot Detroit Red Wings, they are second in the Central, and the Toronto Maple Leafs, they are first. Go against one another on Tuesday night. Sergei Fedorov, Doug Gilmour and company, and Ray Shepard having a magnificent season with 37 goals going into tonight's game. ESPN2's Fire on Ice Tuesday night. The Red Wings and the Maple Leafs. .8:56 left to go here. Second period. ESPN's National Hockey Night. We hope you'll be joining us for the remainder of this NHL season. Friday night is our National Hockey Night. Then we'll continue on, of course, into the playoffs, both on ESPN and on ESPN2. It's Donnelly. Donnelly drops it back for Zhitnik. Zhitnik waiting. Power play underway here. Still a minute 12 left on it. Near side for Wayne. Gretzky tried to drop it in the middle. Came back to him. Donnelly set up. Top the crease. Zhitnik the one-timer. Save made. Abear saw that one. Yari Curry.
And Bobby Dallas did a great job of locking Mike Donnelly out from in front. Zhitnik took the shot. He needed a screen. Dallas didn't give him a chance to get it.
2-on-2 short-handed. Terry Yake. Yake. Sweeney with him. Sweeney. Poke checked away by Rob Blake. And it'll be ragged back by the Mighty Ducks. Skating. Wide open ice. Tim Sweeney out of Boston College. Tipped back in by Yake. Blake back to get it. 30 seconds remaining on this power play. The Kings have the advantage on the power play. Blake drops it. Gretzky heading to the net. Goes behind to get it. Near side Blake, 15 on the power play. Blake, Gretzky. Wide side Yari Curry. Near side Robitaille for Curry. Blocked by Hebert. Nobody at the point. Gretzky had moved up. 4 seconds remaining on this Kings power play.
Gary, you have not called Luc Robitaille's name very much in this hockey game. He is still hurting. He's got a bad ankle. He missed the game recently as a result of a bad ankle, but I thought it was good enough to be able to play. Maybe Barry Melrose just didn't like what he saw early in this game.
Not getting much ice time. Penalty's over. Kings don't convert. They're 0 for 3 in the power play now. Chance to tie it. McSween drops it. Hit the post. Rebound. Did not go in, but the light went on for some reason. Don McSween, the opportunity. Van Allen's got it again. There's it back behind the net. Ladouceur lets it go to the point. McSween, the circle. McSween got around Gretzky. McSween in. The shot. Deflected in front. McSween again lost it. Shot covered up in front. Sandstrom clears. No, he doesn't. Held in by Sean Hill. Down low. They're looking. Ball in front. Batted right on Kelly Rudy, who finally finds it with Semenoff on the doorstep with Sean Van Allen.
It looked like a kid's pee-wee game. I mean, all 10 players in the slot fighting for the puck.
Bill, they hadn't changed up off the power play. The Kings had their same people out there.
That's why they had a problem. They got caught back in deep. And I'm not sure if Trottier is not going to call a penalty. Wayne Gretzky looked as if he was arguing. Maybe they're going to review because the light came on. I think that's almost a mandatory thing for the referee to check. I don't want to get on the goal judges here, but they may be a little trigger happy. The light came on at this end and then went off quickly. The shot by Sean Van Allen, and the light blinked on just briefly as the puck was coming off the post.
I don't know what that was. I didn't think it was close.
No, it was clearly off the post and right out. Well, they're new, you know.
That's right. And they're excited, and they should be. We were saying, Bill, during the intermission, we found ourselves getting caught up here in the emotions that are in this building here for this game, which is wonderful because they're really here. I mean, these fans are really having a good time with this club.
See, we even bought into the rivalry. Seriously,
did.
I felt kind of jacked up as if there was a playoff game, you know, because we get into it like everybody else, and this one has something special to it.
Still does. 6:49 to go, second period. Shots at 23-14 in favor of the Ducks. Kelly Rudy holding the fort for the Los Angeles Kings this season, and he's facing a ton of shots. The third most shots that a goaltender's faced this season have been seen by Kelly Rudy. Bill Ranford has faced more than anyone. Curtis Joseph is second, and then Kelly Rudy third in shots against. Dixon Ward tried to put the hit on, got knocked down. Patrick Karnback from Sweden got a piece of him, and offside. Los Angeles Kings. Charlie Huddy looking for a penalty, and there will be one. Huddy got held from behind and went down on the ice. There'll be a power play coming up for the Kings, and the Ducks are arguing a dive. Take a look at our Bud Light scoreboard. Come back right in that one. How about that? Snowed out in Missouri. Reschedule it for March.
So the Flyers had snapped out of their long slump with an overtime victory over Florida last night, only to fall back into it, allowing 6 goals to Detroit. The Flyers have fallen on hard times.
Mighty hard times. Todd Ewan, who came into the game with 197 minutes in penalties, leading the team. Adding to it, 13-26 in the hole. Barry Melrose team really getting chances. Wilson can't be happy about the power play opportunities his Ducks are giving up to the Kings.
So I would agree. I would agree. Their penalty killing is good. The Ducks penalty killing ranks 9th in the league, which is pretty solid. But when you've got Gretzky and you've got Curry and you've got Rob Blake, all of that adds up to the #2 ranked power play overall, even though on the road they're not that hot.
More power play goals than any team, as we mentioned, even though they're second in percentage. They're first in power play goals scored, 69 of them this season. They are, however, 15th in the league on the road. Sandstrom has a power play. Sandstrom in front. A bear. Well, Barry Melrose said, I want my guys going to the net. Thomas Sandstrom just went. Our Visa storyline tonight from Arrowhead Pond here in Anaheim. Wayne Gretzky's part of it. He's picked up a goal and 2 assists in this game. The Ducks, 2 power play goals for the ones they have up. You saw the Kings get the first 2 in a matter of 33 seconds. Yari Curry has added to his great totals. A shorthanded goal for Yari Curry tonight, 3rd among active players in career goals.
And Yari Curry, to me, will still retire as the most underrated defensive player ever. Because of his scoring exploits, he has never been recognized for his defensive abilities. I think that at least a number of years in the last dozen, other than the year when he was in Italy, because you can't win the Selke when you're in Italy, he should have won the Selke trophy as the top defensive forward in the league, but he is generally overlooked because he is so terrific offensively.
10th all-time in goals scored, 15th in points. Very quiet Yari Curry, as he's always been.
Carries a big stick. Quiet guy that carries the big stick.
He and Gretzky, of course, have been together here and in Edmonton, and what a pair. Gretzky stays out on the power play unit. 1:53 remaining on this Kings power play. They're 0 for 3. They've had only 3 power play shots. Gretzky dropped it in front. Sandstrom tried to leave it for Robitaille. That pinned up. Bobby Corkum clears by Zhitnik. Look out here. Gary Volk. Volk turning it up as alone. Volk the shot. Kelly Rudy the save. Corkum was trying to follow in, but Zhitnik stepped in front of him. Alexei Zhitnik got a real jump in those skates. Gretzky brings it in. Left it. Sandstrom. Sandstrom. Robitaille didn't get it. Hebert covers up. 1:24 left on the Kings power play. Talking about some great teams that have gone all the way to win the Stanley Cup. Well, of course, he's been there.
The Kings with the rings. 5 + 5 is 10. 4 is 14. 1 each adds up to 16. The Mighty Ducks don't have quite that many. Check this out. Wayne Gretzky, games career 1,097. The Mighty Ducks 4,000 total. All their players. Wayne Gretzky has more everything by a mile than the entire Ducks team in points, assists, and goals.
I've always maintained with Wayne Gretzky, the only problem is trying to define just how great he really is.
Great point.
You just can't do it. He's so far superior to anything that's ever happened. There's the call coming up. Tim Sweeney went down, and the Kings will lose 1:17 worth of power play time. Tim Sweeney hooked from behind as he started up ice short-handed. And Rob Blake goes to the bin.
Here's a look at it. Tim Sweeney's a good skater. He had a real good jump there. Tripped up. Rob Blake is off. We talked about all those LA Kings rings. That adds up to 16 Stanley Cup rings. The Anaheim Mighty Ducks have 3 Stanley Cup rings total. on their team. Not bad. Troy Loney has one. He got one with the Pittsburgh Penguins. And Sean Hill and Todd Ewan with Montreal last year.
Look at that drop pass. Kelly Rudy makes the save. Tim Sweeney set up by Hill as we skate 4-on-4. And Kelly Rudy denies.
Well, he is sure used to some rubber being shot at him. See that mask that he's got? I mean, it's really the old style mask. He's got one of the new masks, the same kind as Guy Hebert is wearing tonight. They look a lot prettier than those. He said he wouldn't tell me what, he wouldn't tell anybody what the design is like in his new mask, but he's going to break it in. And I said, well, why are you changing? He said, yeah, well, I never got cut with this one, and this one has always worked. I said, the new ones just look better, don't they? He said, yeah, you got me. They look so great. He wants to wear one of the new ones.
It must be in style. Always in style. Never out of fashion. Drop pass. 4-on-4 here for another 48 seconds. Gretzky again with Curry. Stead dropped it back. Sador. Curry, thank you. He's got it. Roofed it off the crossbar in. The second goal for Yari Curry. This one in a 4-on-4, and it's 4-2 Kings.
And the fourth point in the game for Wayne Gretzky. He now has a goal and 3. Once again, everybody's thinking he's going to Curry on the play, going to Yari Curry. Tim Sweeney didn't look behind him. That's what the genius of Wayne Gretzky is all about. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, Guy Hebert got a piece of that. Give him some credit. But the genius of Wayne Gretzky is this. Nobody in the history of the game has ever thought the game as well as Wayne Gretzky. People have shot harder, people have skated faster, people have been bigger and stronger and all of those things, but nobody has ever thought the game as well as Wayne.
And it is a 4-2 lead, and Gretzky's been involved in all of them. Yari Curry 17, the 24th rather, with Sador and Gretzky picking up the assists. Still 4-on-4, goal coming at 14:46 in the second. McEachran, Charlie Huddy, 4-on-4 here, blocked. Ducks having a hard time getting it out of the zone here. They do again. McEachran held it in, lost it to Sacco. Sacco will skate back. A power play at 7 seconds coming for the Mighty Ducks. For the second time in this game, the Los Angeles Kings are up by 2 as they had a 2-0 lead earlier. Battle for it along the blue line. McEachran poke checked away by Casatonov. Sador sends it in. Power play for the Ducks. The Mighty Ducks are 2 for 3 on the power play here tonight. 4:20 left to go in the second period. Through center ice, they come with the advantage. Semenov in. Semenov, Kelly Rudy the save. Bounces back Sandstrom. Tried once. Gets it again. Tries twice. Not going to get it out again. Casatonov. Alexei Casatonov leaves it. Ducks power play unit out. They've got 13 seconds left on this power play chance. Near side, Kelly Rudy, a great save on Dulles. Dulles had snuck in from the near point. Kelly Rudy came left to right to deny him the power play goal. Sacco back up. Even strength, power play over. Front of the net, Semenov swings it away. Casatonov shot down by Kelly Rudy.
What a save. What a save. I don't even know how he saw it, let alone caught it, because he was screened on the play. He'll be tested again, but boy, he came up big on that one.
Driver, do you have any Bud Light in your vehicle?
Yes.
Then I am Mr. Gallywikich.
You mean Dr. Galakowicz?
Yes, I am. This is so cool.
First time in a limo? Doctor?
In a limo this small.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Look at this. Is this a hockey rink? Arrowhead Pond, the home of the Mighty Ducks. An unbelievable building from outside and in. But from outside, you would never dream it's a hockey arena. There's nothing like it in the world where hockey's played.
Because they broke the mold when they made it.
Yeah.
Wayne has been the story in this one. Another glove save by Kelly Rudy. Man, he's just like lightning with his left hand. Now, the thing about Wayne's points tonight as well, Gary, there haven't been any soft points. I mean, he's got a goal and 3. I mean, you think back to the 3 assists. Great pass to Donnelly, great pass to Yari Curry in his goal, and a great pass to Sador that resulted in the Yari Curry goal. No softies.
And I again remind you, the club president of the Mighty Ducks in the story in the Los Angeles Times was quoted today as saying about Wayne Gretzky, He cries all the time. Tony Tavares said that. Same story. Todd Ewan says Wayne Gretzky's going after the Weiner Bing trophy. Believe me, he read those. And so angry, steam was coming out of his ears.
Here's the thing, Gary. Wayne Gretzky gets up when he plays the star players on the other teams. When he was a kid coming into the league, when it was Guy Lafleur and Brian Trussy, he'd really get jacked up. He has trouble against teams that don't have superstar players. So when you do that, boy, do you light the fire.
They just highlight it and stick it up on the board and let Gretzky read it.
I shouldn't say he has trouble getting up for them, but he doesn't have the big incentive that he prepares for the star players. He enjoys playing against the star players.
Likes to be challenged. Blake down Bobby Corkum, who sets this chance up. Kelly Rooney knocks it away. Peter Doris the opportunity. Hit first, Pat Conacher into the boards. There will be a penalty coming up here, and let's just hope both of them get up. Gary Volk and Pat Conacher head first.
It's heating up, gang. Don't go away. Even if it's snowing outside, stay with us. Watch this hit. Bob Corkum, all 212 pounds of steamroller right over Rob Blake. And a great pickup by Peter Doris to get in on the scoring chance. But that's the way the Ducks have to play. And after the fact, I mean, after the rebound off the Doris shot, Conacher took Volk into the boards hard.
And Conacher draws the penalty, and the Ducks go back on the power play. There's a future coach in the National Hockey League. You heard it here first. Pat Conacher will be a coach in the NHL someday if he wants to, and I think he does. She will not, but could be if she wanted to be.
Make a great assistant.
3:05 left to go.
I'd hire her in a second.
We passed, let's see, in the East Coast, it's 11 o'clock. Power play underway for the Ducks. Near side to McSwain. Gary Yake got it back. Held in near side. Yake was cutting, couldn't get it back to him. Sean Van Allen and Semenoff on the far side. Sador broke it up. 2:44 to go in the period. Kings up by 2. They've got a power play. The Ducks do, covered up by Kelly Rooney. And Conacher out on the hook at 16:55 created the chance. Want to remind you that SportsCenter's live updates regarding the Olympic Games are coming up. They are upon us. And the games will keep you in touch from Lillehammer. The award-winning SportsCenter team will bring you live updates every morning on each show. Mondays 6 a.m. to 9. You see Mondays, Tuesdays through Fridays, 6:30 to 9 Eastern, 11 to 1 Eastern time. Updates continual. SportsCenter's team will be there as the Olympics are almost ready to start. There you see the power play tonight. It has been the success. The 2 goals up there for the Mighty Ducks have come off the power play. Hill shot wide. Rebound. Kelly Rooney actually made the save with a stick. What a night he is having. Terry Yake backed that shot in, and Rudy couldn't get the body over, but he got the stick over.
What? You know that if he didn't become a goaltender, he could have become a trapeze artist or an acrobat or something. He does mountain bike climbing. I mean, pedals bikes up mountains. It's called scrambling. Well, good work by the Ducks to even get it back to the point, and Terry Yake was robbed by Rudy. He had come out to cut down the angle in the shot. We said this recently in a game, Gary. The nightmares for the goalies are the shots that miss the net. You're out cutting down the angle. You miss the net with the puck. It goes wide, and man, you got a problem, because if it comes back out front, your D-men are scrapping for it with the other guys, and you're not in position.
29 saves now for Kelly Rooney in this game. Minute 23 left on the power play for the Ducks. Gary Curry trying to get it out. Curry has a shorthanded goal in this game tonight. The Kings came into tonight's play tied for 3rd in the league with 12, and they've moved up now with 13 shorthanded goals. Near side, Don McSwain. McSwain back out the point to Hill. Hill the shot, saved Kelly Rooney. Hill was trying to set it up. He had a Mighty Duck cutting in front. Van Allen was going through. Blake had it taken away by Yake. Nice play, Anatoly Semenoff. 52 left on the power play. One-timer Hill. Deflected wide again. Semenoff. Hook checked away by Curry to Blake. Blake can't get it out. Semenoff has it. King staying back in the box here on the power play and passed it right to Jari Curry up for Gretzky. Broken up though. Hill lost it to Gretzky. He's got Jari Curry again, and Hill blocked the pass. Jari Curry was all alone. Bobby Corkum picks it up. 26 left on the Ducks power play. Corkum was going to goal tonight. Heads to the net. Ball tried to drop it back to him. Blake Corkum, who collided a couple of times. Mike Donnelly couldn't clear. Good strip of the puck by Peter Doris. Doris gets it back and pays for it.
I wondered how long it would be. I was just about to say this is the first game I've ever seen Rob Blake hit more than he has hit other people. He has been hit more than he has hit other people, and before I could do it, he made Peter Doris part of the boards.
Really got a shot on him. Power play is over. They do not convert. Even strength. Corkum sends it in. A minute left to go in the period. Cleared around the net. We'll update you on the other National Hockey League scores. During our second intermission, Steve Levy will have it for you. Pat Conacher brings it up with McEachran. McConaughey dropped it off right through everybody's legs. Conacher waiting out in front. Got the pass. Couldn't get the shot up. He got tied up by David Williams. Back from McEachran. McEachran out. McEachran. Puck just set there as he had his stick picked up by Kasatonov. Donnelly again lays it for Charlie Huddy. Huddy sends it around. 27 to go in the period. Even strength. Kings leading by a score 4-2. McEachran banged it off behind the net. Sador got leveled, leaving with his helmet half off. He got hit hard. Shot. Kelly Rudy knocks it away again. Gary Vaughn the opportunity. Back to the point. Peter Doris. Doris couldn't hold it in. Dawes sends it in behind the net. 3 seconds left to go, and the Los Angeles Kings adding to it here in this second period. Wayne Gretzky involved in all 4 goals with a goal and 3 assists. The Kings 4, the Ducks 2.
Pardon me, where are you going with all that Bud Light?
For the Lee family reunion.
Then I'm here for the Lee family reunion.
You're a member of the Lee family?
Yes, I am.
Right this way.
你是李中的老大。
Sure, Joe, sure.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
你真有点像他。
Los Angeles Kings and the Mighty Ducks for young and old. Here tonight we go to the third period. Kelly Rudy has made 32 saves thus far in this game as the Ducks have outshot the Kings 34-17. Guy Hebert in net. He has never beaten in 4 chances the Los Angeles Kings. Even strength as we start the third. Kings up by 2. Los Angeles Reichel trying to clear it out of the zone. Just flips it away to center ice. Chased down at the far end by Randy Ladouceur. Ladouceur banked it off the boards. Reichel put the hit on. Peter Doris moved over. Puck up against the boards. Nobody can get control there. Dixon Ward got it to Conacher finally. Conacher sends it around the net. Reichel, and he gets it back to Conacher. Conacher pinned up again by Randy Ladouceur. Reichel moves in. Bobby Corkum right there with him. Conacher pulled the puck back in. Ladouceur won't let him go. Battle goes on, and finally it'll be taken by the Ducks. Williams clears it out. David Williams finally a little room and is able to get it out of the zone. Ball brings it in. Dropped it back to the point. Corkum! Kelly Rudy made the blocker save. Rudy got the blocker up in a hurry on that. It was headed top shelf. Right off the stick as he was hanging on bulk shot. Hanging onto the short side post. Not out of the zone. Don McSween. Blake put the check on. Hill moves up. Hill takes the shot. Kelly Rudy blocked it. It went right straight up in the air. Cleared around by Blake and out.
He didn't know where it was. I mean, Kelly was still looking in front of him when Blake cleared it.
And that will be touched up for the icing. Wayne Gretzky having yet another one of his great nights here tonight. All you got to do is challenge, create a rivalry. This man shows up.
It really hasn't affected me a whole lot. I think that the whole thing might be blown out of proportion a little bit. When you're winning, size doesn't matter or speed doesn't matter. When you're not winning, everybody looks for excuses to why you're not successful. It's probably been our biggest crutch, our biggest excuse, and it's really kind of silly.
He's not big. He still leads the world in scoring, so he figures everybody else can do the same, right?
Oh, right. Maybe with an arm transplant or 2. They really should. You see the scoring leaders in the NHL. Wayne, 10 points ahead of Sergei Fedorov, who is not getting nearly as much ice time now that Steve Yzerman is back in the lineup. Doug Gilmour with 76 points. It appears that if anybody is going to catch Wayne Gretzky, it will have to be Sergei Fedorov. Gilmour is too far behind.
The Ducks have won 2 games this season where they've gone into the third period trailing. The Kings have lost 3 games where they've had a lead going to the third. Donnelly knocks it down. Third out through center. Hill going back to get it. He had a lot of ice time tonight for Hill. Hill pinned up by Yari Curry. Trying to get it back to Gretzky. Van Allen takes it away. The Mighty Ducks and the Los Angeles Kings both right now tied for 9th in the conference. Shot save made by Kelly Rudy. Sacco again, and he's had some chances. Joe Sacco tonight about 3 times has challenged Kelly Rudy.
He's got such good speed. You got to lay off him a little bit and back in, and that's what Sador did. And as soon as Sacco saw him backing off, he stopped and took a shot. I mean, that was a real good thinking play by Joe Sacco.
We are just underway. Period number 3. The Los Angeles Kings have won only 7 road games. They are 6th, 18-4 on the road, 24th in the league. As far as their road record's concerned, they've averaged just over 3 goals a game on the road, while averaging 4 overall. Good hit put on by Sandstrom, and down they go. No whistle here as Dallas gets up very slowly behind the play. But the Mighty Ducks had the puck, so they didn't blow the whistle. Sent back in. Ewan tried to get to it. Kelly Rudy plays it to the side. Dallas took a real shot, and he's going down the runway. He's had a lot of ice time tonight. We'll see if he gets back. Robitaille deflected. Third around by Kasatonov. Held in far side. Shot blocked out deep. Taken by Doug Huda. Huda back at center ice waiting as his teammates clear. Sends it in. Patrick Karnback, 6 years in Sweden. Getting some ice time with Ewan. Off Ewan's skating into the zone. Kings just dump it back out. Williams brings it back for the Mighty Ducks, and he's offside. Steve Levy.
All right, Garrett, thanks very much. Sharks and the Hawks from the tank, scoreless in the first period. Jeff Norton, that's a great outlet pass to Sandis Ozolinsh to Sergei Makarov on a 2-on-0. They beat Ed Belfour. Hey, keep up the cold weather jokes. You're very popular in the East.
That team, San Jose, would be in the playoffs if they started right now.
I hear you on that one. Here's Bobby Dallas going into the boards. I mean, Sandstrom gives him a shove right there. Folks, those boards don't give. If nothing else, Bobby Dallas at least has the wind knocked out of him. He went down the runway. I think he may have come back.
Trying to walk that one off. Waters clears it out. Conacher drops it back. 16:45 left to go, third period. The Kings are leading it by a score of 4-2. Williams dropped it off and heads to the net. Pass back to him, deflected as Semenoff tried to get it there. Comes to McEachran. McEachran rushing. McEachran, Conacher in front, hits the trailer. Sador, save made. A Crow rather on the shot and the save made. And then Crow lost his stick as it was broken. Crow tried to kick it away. Conacher helps out. Pat Conacher had a 3-on-2 the Kings did on that break. They're back. To Terry Yates.
Tell you what I'm laughing at. When Crow lost his stick, I don't know which one of the Mighty Ducks it was, but he gave him an inside, outside, inside, and put it between his stick, and I could hear some of the Ducks players laughing at Crow. Our audio mics picked them up. They were going, whoa, 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 whoa. And players will razz you to death when you get beat bad right in front of their bench.
That's what happened. Mike Donnelly. Donnelly the shot. Hebert the save, and he hangs on. Al Morganti.
Thanks, Gary. Well, you're the Ducks coach. You look down your bench now and you say, who's going to come up with the magic this period? Where are you going to get the scoring? That could change after the Olympics. I asked Michael Eisner about Paul Kariya, who will be available after the Olympics. He's playing for Canada. The problem is he's going to want a ton of money. I like his leverage now. Their payroll right now about $8 million. And I guess Disney could look at it this way. If Kariya has kids, they're going to give it back in videotapes anyway. Gary?
Just another ride. Paul Kariya.
Yeah, they got good goaltending, as you just saw, but they could use more scoring in Paul Kariya. And talk to Jack Ferrara, the GM for the Mighty Ducks. You know, he has not made a trade since the season started, and he's only made one in the history of the franchise. Everybody else is just draft picks. The Florida Panthers have made 12 trades. Bobby Clarke has made 12 trades in Florida. But Jack Ferrara said, you know what? The problems will be solved for our team when we get our guys like Paul Kariya and Karpov, the Russian kid that's coming along. We have the solutions to our problems in our organization, so why should I trade to get them?
Just wait till they get it.
Yeah.
Played at center by Gary Volk. The Ducks down by 2, 4-2. The Kings on top. Kings had a 2-0 lead early on. 2 power play goals. And they came back. Shot deflected and way back into the seats as Doris took the shot. Kelly Rudy did not have to play that one. 15:24 left to go in the third. 15 sellout here at the Pond.
Steve Levy back at our National Hockey Night studios. 2-1 Flames leading the Whalers from the Saddle Dome. Al MacInnis lets the cannon go. Jeffrey stops it, but he can't stop the Theo Fleury shot. It's a power play goal. 3-1 Flames after 2.
They finally have their people back, the Calgary Flames do. Yeah, they came down the highway.
Hey, they got an ESPN disguised in there. I just got that.
Pretty good, huh?
I'm slow, but
well, it's West Coast time, so you got 3 hours to catch up on here.
Jet lag.
15:24 left to go here in the third period. Face-off won back by the Ducks, who've done a lot of that. They've won 34 face-offs to 17 for the Kings. But the Kings have the lead. Stripped of the puck behind the net. Then he cleared it out of the zone. Williams back to get it. David Williams, who played for San Jose, tips it back to center. Robitaille there. Robitaille going after. The Kings will take it back in their own end to get it set up. Robert Long plays it back a little deeper. No scoring here in the third. Shots 37-20 in favor of the Ducks. Robert Long's shot was blocked. Long still has it. Long had it blocked as he went in by Don McSweeney, who just slid along the ice. Thomas Sandstrom couldn't get it. Free behind the net. McWilliams back to get it. Wayne Gretzky. A goal and 3 assists in this game. Donnelly and Yari Curry twice. Van Allen and Corkum have scored for the Ducks.
Should have seen Luc Robitaille before the morning skate and after. Ice packs on both knees, and Gretzky was razzing him. He said, what'll he be like when he's 35? Also an ice pack on his ankle. 2 weeks ago against the Mighty Ducks, Luc Robitaille hurt his ankle and missed a game. That has not happened often. In 7.5 years in the NHL, that was the 3rd game that Robitaille missed. He has never missed 2 consecutive games ever, and he had the 4th longest consecutive games played streak going in the NHL before it was busted 2 weeks ago. He had played 267 games, and folks, he hangs around the net quite a bit where you get hit with the artillery.
Very durable, going for his 8th consecutive 40-plus goal season. Only Gretzky and Mike Bossy have done it more. Blake shot deflected and off the blocker of Hebert. And the Ducks will start from behind their own net. McSwain got it out, cleared to center. Ewan reaching for it, couldn't get it. Reichel sends it back in, or trying to at least hit the linesman, and ends up on the bench. Want to remind you, Big Monday sponsored by Bud Light, coming your way Monday, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. St. John's will be taking on Seton Hall. Brian Caver averaging 38 minutes, 11 points per game. The second game, 9:30 Monday Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. You'll see Nebraska take on Oklahoma. Nebraska 13-6, Oklahoma 12-7. Jeff Webster for Oklahoma. Game 3 on Monday. Big West UNLV taking on New Mexico State. All Big Monday, brought to you by Bud Light. Hill's got it. The Mighty Ducks down here 4-2 as the Kings trying to win their 4th consecutive against the Ducks this season. Comes back to Dixon Ward. Ward trying to rush it up ice. Dropped it in the middle offside. Reichel on the near side.
Boy, this time of season you see a lot of guys skating around with bumps and bruises and bangs. Warren Reichel leaving the ice. Boy, he has got a terrific black eye. Warren, that's your cue, man. There it is. He fought an old pal of his. The Chicago Blackhawks rode through California last week. Stu Grimson got a black eye from Greg Smith of the Blackhawks, and then the Blackhawks played L.A., and his old pal Dirk Graham got one punch by Reichel. Reichel knocked him down with the first punch, and while he was on his back, Dirk Graham caught him with a short left, and that's what's left. Just the black eye. Warren Reichel has had a tough year. Marty McSorley is not here. Reichel is 5'11", 195 pounds, not a heavyweight in the NHL. As he explained it this morning, he's a cruiserweight. Marty took care of the heavy work. He took the cruiserweights on. Without Marty, Graham was the first guy smaller than him that he fought all season, and he's had a bunch of them.
And he kept his nose right in it. He has not backed off. Wayne Gretzky sends it in. Donnelly back to get it. Tied up by Alexei Kasatonov. It took Donnelly out of the play. Bobby Dallas back out on the ice after he got jammed into the boards by Conacher. He's okay in his back play. Brought in by Semenoff. Semenoff looking, trying to center. Deflected away. Donnelly's got it. Donnelly up for Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky waiting. Kings changing behind the play. Gretzky waits for it to get done, and then circles and sends it in as Semenoff couldn't stop it. In behind the net, Hebert's got it. Kings will complete their line change here. 13:15 left in the third with the Kings up by a score of 4-2. Semenoff in. Sweeney dropped it back into the middle. Could not play it. Tim Sweeney was cutting through the middle, but they couldn't get the puck back to him. And Dallas will have to wait for his teammates to clear again. Stripped of the puck shot. McEachran in. McEachran finds himself alone and had Dallas on him. Back for Alexei Kasatonov. Robitaille there to free it up. Kasatonov again, poke checked it away, and Semenov's got it. Semenov pinned up behind the net. Shot right off the back of the net by McEachran. Held on to the side of the net by Hebert. And the Kings starting to force the territorial play here with their 2-goal lead.
Yeah, that's what they have to do. I mean, the Kings aren't nearly as good in their own end as they are in the offensive end. I mean, that's just a product of the makeup of their team. You can see Semenoff was looking for somebody, but there was nobody there, so he had to eat it. Sandstrom banged it off his stick, and McEachern picked up the rebound. Sean McEachern has actually been in and out of the lineup, and that has been a sore spot for Kings fans who really love Marty McSorley. McEachern came here in the McSorley deal when McSorley went to Pittsburgh, and when Sean McEachern became a healthy scratch, a lot of people went, wow, what did we get from Marty? In Sean McEachern's defense, he has had to learn how to play Barry Melrose style, which is a pursuit style, really aggressive when you don't have the puck. And Sean McEachern was not used to playing that style.
Randy Ladouceur back together. He is a very talented hockey player, Sean McEachern, and time will prove that Marty McSorley was, no question, a big asset here. McEachern with the money, some good numbers.
Great skater, great skater.
Doris got it in. Doris gets it back. David Williams' shot was deflected. Bobby Corkum picked it up in the air, still pinned up there. It's Thompson. Won't let Dallas go. Bobby Corkum holds it. Corkum sends it back in behind the net. Doris is there again. Doris centered. Deflected away. Nice defensive play. Tim Waters, the 13-year veteran, just stood in front that time. Corkum kicks it away into the corner. Corkum spinning with it. Great body strength controlling the puck here tonight. Corkum deflects into the corner. Gary Bulk was there. Again, Corkum on the boards. Corkum with McEachern on him, running out of legs on this ship. And just got pinned up there. He hits to the front of the net. Corkum in front. Return pass was deflected to Sandstrom. Thomas Sandstrom will bring it out of the zone.
What a torture test for Sean McEachern. He's got his stick on his knees. He's sucking for wind going off the ice.
Sandstrom shot. He made the save. Robitaille the rebound, but the net has come off the Marsh pegs. And down is Hebert. One of the Mighty Ducks pushed Sandstrom into the Ducks goaltender as Sandstrom had made the turn on the right side.
Yeah, Sandstrom was the only guy that had come off the bench that really was still kind of fresh, so he had some legs to head up ice. And he does a smart thing here by going wide. Even if he doesn't get wide, the puck can still go into the corner, but he did get around Randy Ladouceur. Oh, and that's Williams coming back and giving him a shot. I mean, Williams had no option but to bump him there. If he doesn't bump, Sandstrom can go right by Guy Hebert, jam it in the wide side.
Sandstrom wanted to argue that the puck was going to go in the net anyway, even if it hadn't been moved. See him put his arm up. Nice try, huh?
Yay.
Celebrating the goal. Well, the puck wasn't in there, Thomas, but it was a good thought anyway. 11:25 left to go. Hebert tonight has faced 21 shots by the Los Angeles Kings. The Kings this season averaging almost 34 shots a game. The Ducks have held that down tonight, but the chances, because of Gretzky's setups, primarily tonight, that's been the difference in this game. The Kings leading at 4-2. They've also, the Ducks have won a lot of faceoffs. John Van Allen wins another right there, dropped it off. McSween's got it. McSween, 22 National Hockey League games, 29 years old. Dixon Ward, short side, and missed it. Van Allen. Pinned up on the boards by Reichel. Batted it in. The Kings want to keep this puck, of course, in their offensive zone. Always do, but especially now. Halfway through this third period with a 2-goal lead. Not give the Ducks a chance to get back into this game. Near side Hill. He'll rink wide with this one. Van Allen moves it in. Kelly Rudy makes the save, and Rudy will hang on as he had Don McSween skating in. Barry Melrose behind the bench. Third season. We'll wait here in front of the net.
Warren Reichel right in the middle of it. Where were you, Gary, when I interrupted you there to talk about Warren Reichel?
We didn't want to miss any fisticuffs that might have broken out, so we delayed it. But Barry Melrose has a coaching philosophy that we asked him about.
My philosophy is to play hard, play physical, play fast, not be nice to play against. That's what I believe hockey should be meant to be played. You got to be a team that people don't like to play, whether it's being very fast, if you got a lot of fast guys, or being very physical, if you got a big physical club. You've got to find an identity that people don't like to play against.
Well, Barry Melrose has wanted a big physical club all year, and he hasn't been able to get it. As a matter of fact, he and his general manager, Nick Beverley, weren't getting along for a while because Melrose was quoted as saying, hey, we want these guys, and Beverley said, it's hard to get these guys. Well, they kissed and made up a couple of weeks ago. For the time being, everybody's happy in Kingland.
Except they're tied for 9th and wouldn't be in the playoffs. Tied with the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim right now for 9th overall, 9th in the conference and 21st in the National Hockey League. Great start time here tonight, primarily because we're here 6 o'clock Pacific time. So for the kids, what an opportunity to come up and be awake at the end.
Absolutely, but you can see what the Mighty Ducks have, Gary. I mean, now with the Mighty Ducks 2 movie coming out, and the logo of the new team and the Mighty Ducks 2 is similar to the logo on that kid's jersey that you're looking at right there, they are appealing to a fan base of the future. I mean, they're marketing their team to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds, and in 10, 12, 15 years, they'll be shelling over the bucks and putting people in the stands. So
be coming here for 30 or 40 years.
There you go.
And they're talking about getting into the NBA, and they're talking about Gene Autry's Los Angeles Angels. Score from the point! Bobby Dallas! And the Ducks are within 1 again.
Well, this is going to turn out to be more interesting than we thought. A good play by Bob Corkum. A strong play. All the Kings in the corner, though. Mike Donnelly, number 11, was double teaming in the corner when he didn't have to. Yari Curry had his man, and Bob Corkum beat them both. He pushed it back to the point, and Bobby Dallas, who has recovered from that hit he took into the boards from Sandstrom, just rifled a screenshot that Kelly Hrudey never saw.
You saw he did not react. Kelly Hrudey just waited and never saw it as it went in over his left shoulder. And suddenly it's a 1-goal game as Bobby Dallas picks it up. 9:52 left to go in the third, and it's the Kings 4 and the Ducks 3 as the Ducks get it on their 39th shot. Out shooting the Kings now 39-20. Dallas is 7th of the year from Corkum and Sweeney at 9:52. Intercepted Pat Conacher. Conacher center it. It bounced. He had Reichel, but the puck bounced up in the air. Alexei Kasatonov sends it in around the dasher. The Ducks a chance one more to get this tied. Yates trying to send it in front. Hauled down by Conacher. Comes back to the point. Randy Lenasseur holds it in. Behind the net as the play picks up Doug Huda. Huda up the boards. The Kings get it out. Reichel jammed and heads to the bench for the Kings change. Lenasseur trying to catch him in it. Back in, the fans up. Gary Volk. Volk pinned up along the boards as the Ducks trying to complete a line change behind it. Robert Long. Long knocked down by Williams. Williams picks up the loose puck. Good play. Lenasseur didn't see Sandstrom would get away with it. Semenov leads it up ice. Anatoly Semenov coming. Semenov with Gary Volk in the middle of the shot. Save Kelly Hrudey. And the rebound was not covered up. Sador picks it up. Sador got it out through center and paid for it as he got hauled down. Good physical play. Back in Peter Doris. Doris looking to the middle for Sweeney. Centered it. Kelly Hrudey knocked it away. Rebound along the boards is loose. Kings get it out through center. Chase down Robitaille. Robitaille hooked from behind by Don McSween, who freed it up again. Robert Long back to get it. Long got it out through center to Sandstrom. Sandstrom up ice for Robitaille. Robitaille had it taken away. Don McSwain. McSwain brings it in. The Ducks are changing, so he just sent it deep. Darryl Sador wrapped it hard around the boards. This will be an icing call. When touched up, we have 7:55 to go in the third. The Kings are leading it 4-3, and the Mighty Ducks have got their full house back into this game. Gaddy with 7:54 to go in the third, a 1-goal differential.
I got to tell you, Kelly Hrudey has seen all kinds of good shots lately in this hockey game. 40 shots now for the Ducks. I mean, that's nothing new for Kelly Hrudey. I almost wonder if he'd be able to cope if shots were 20 a game instead of 40 on a regular basis.
McSwain brought it in, got turned by Waters. The Ducks trying to tie it. Troy Loney. Loney pinned up by Blake. Blake takes him hard to the boards, and Blake can punish it. Freed it up, skating in. Oh, they had it wide open. Gretzky's got a chance for the breakaway. Gretzky's racing. Bang, Gretzky! Save made by Bear!
Remember that save.
Gretzky on a straight breakaway. Nobody could catch him. That's because Sean Hill had snuck up and was wide open for the shot, but the puck went behind him in the pass.
I got to tell you, Wayne Gretzky made a terrific move. He showed shot. He looked like he froze Hebert, and then when he went to the backhand, Hebert made a tremendous save. That wasn't a bad move. It was a great save.
We're at a playoff pace and fever right now. Reichel brings it out. These two teams are tied for 9th in the conference. It'll be cleared in by Nixon Ward. Hebert goes back to get it. 6:45 remaining in regulation. Knocked down by Terry Yake. Yake coming for the Ducks. Yake with Corkum. Over Kelly Rudy's head. Dallas the rebound. Dallas sends it back. Can't be handled. Near side, Kasatonov, the defenseman, steps up. As the Mighty Ducks sending their defenseman in here to try and help out. So the forwards have got to cover. Dallas was back at center ice doing that. Dallas to Corkum. Corkum got double team. Ducks trying to change. Yake the move. Yake lost it. Poked away by Zhitnik. Cleared out the center. Kasatonov again back to get it. Alexei Kasatonov in the middle of Ladasseur. Ladasseur dropped it. They got the change. Offside. Gary Volk was in on the left wing, or they might have had a 2-on-1 break. 6:05 left in the third.
Well, this looks like a Ducks attack, and it is, until the puck is centered out, and who is there deep in the slot? Wayne Gretzky all alone. He makes a great move here. And it was a greater save. That's a terrific save by Guy Hebert.
Keeps it a one-goal game. Kings leading by a score of 4-3. Darryl Sador. Sador sends it in over Ladasseur's stick. Ladasseure and Sandstrom. Sandstrom down, puck underneath, and he will cover that one up, and faceoff's got to come out the center. Our MCI play of the game. Let's go back to our studio for the proof positive play of the night.
All right, Gary, thanks. That's right, the MCI proof positive play of the night. Steve Yzerman, watch him freeze Gary Galley on the 2-on-1 right through the legs, and there's Ray Sheppard. He would pot number 40 on the year. Detroit goes on for a 6-3 win. Back to the good stuff in Anaheim.
Well, Gary Galley doesn't have to feel bad. That's not the first turnstile for Steve Yzerman. He has turnstiled a lot of players.
Well, he and Fedorov going at it, I'll tell you. 5:40 left to go here in the third. Ladasseure sends it in. Our top-rate statisticians. Gretzky's had 3 shots, 1 goal. Save made by Kelly Rudy. His other 2 shots hit the post. Held in by Semenov. Poked away by Thomas Sandstrom. Sandstrom's played one of the better defensive games I think I've ever seen him play. He's always been the offensive threat. Sometimes the other end of the ice gets a little long away from him. Peter Doris' shot deflects into the corner. Played around by Waters. Robitaille on the far side. McEachran with him. Kings change. Robitaille in. Robitaille fanned on it. Comes back to center. 2-on-2 the other way. Short stick by Semenov. Oh, by Blake. Ball got leveled. Semenov centers it. Kelly Rudy covers. Rob Blake can punish, and did he ever. Our Pringles storyline here tonight as Volk goes back after that shot. Gary Curry, 2 goals and an assist, including a short-handed goal. The Ducks, you see what they've done in 1-goal games. They're in another one here. Gretzky, 4-point night, leading the league in scoring. The Kings have beaten the Ducks 3 previous times.
Well, remember we talked about Rob Blake not hitting that much in this game? Forget about it. He moved into Gary Volk and downed him. Oh, baby, Volk deserves a medal for getting off the ice. Now, he made it off the ice under his own steam, and for that he deserves a medal. I mean, he went right to the locker room.
Right in the ribs, it looked like.
Yeah, it looked like he got Rob Blake's butt, too. I mean, you know, when you bend over, you get your rear end into a guy's ribs. Boy,
a real shot by Blake, who's taken a couple himself tonight. Kasatonov moves in. Kasatonov centered it. Had Loney in front. Dallas is shot wide. Rebound! Van Allen didn't get it through the pack. Dallas again. Troy Loney wraparound. Attempt to cover it. It hit the post. It rolled into the crease. It hit the post and came back out. And the whistle blew while the puck was still rolling. And that's why the Ducks are upset.
Well, the shooting gallery continues. 42 shots now for the Mighty Ducks. See, Rob Blake got a piece of this one, but not enough. Jari Kurri's trying to tie his man up, but he didn't have his stick. That's Troy Loney. See if we can pick it up here. There it is. Oh, man.
That was close.
Real close. I mean, as a matter of fact, when Kelly Rudy's glove came down, you can't tell really where the puck is.
Trottier, who was down there at the net, the referee immediately said no goal. The fans, I think, just saw a replay, which isn't supposed to happen, and that's why they are up and screaming. They thought it had gone in, saw the same replay you did.
Well, the goal judge has come a long way since the first period. Remember, he flashed on the light in the first period.
One of the situations where the video goal judge can make a decision is, did the puck cross the line?
Oh, man, you know what? The puck has to be all the way over the line. Not half of it, not 3/4 of it, all of it. And it almost looks as if about half of it made it across. And luckily for Kelly Rudy, I mean, it still is not conclusive, but that's the way I read it. Luckily for Kelly Rudy, the puck's rear end was dragging over the line.
The other question is when the whistle blew. Kasatonov blocked by Pat Conacher, his former teammate with the Devils, who went down to block the shot by Alexei Kasatonov. Cleared to the point, not out. Kasatonov hit Troy Loney in the back, and it went in on Kelly Rudy, who makes the save. Now the Ducks have got the momentum.
And remember the face-off totals, Gary. I mean, that is going to be key as long as the Kings have to continue to face them in their own zone. 43 shots now for the Mighty Ducks, and you can see that the LA Kings are #1 in the league at allowing shots. They are just under 37 per game. They are over their average in this one, gang. 43 for the Ducks.
The Ducks are too shy of their season-high 45 shots in a game. They've got 4:23 left to go. What they want now, though, not how many shots, but can they get that at least that one goal to tie this thing up? Kings up 4-3. Face off to the left to Kelly Rudy. One again by Van Allen. What a job he's done. Kasatonov tried to center. Sean Van Allen pinned up by Blake. Rolled in. Kelly Rudy clipped it away. They got a chance for a 3-on-1 break. They come. Pat Conacher. Reichel. Conacher tried to drop it off. Whistle behind the play on a fight. Waters and Blake for the Kings. Sacco and Sean Van Allen. Would that have been something if they had scored on that rush?
Before that, though, Gary, while those four were looking at each other, looking like they were asking one another to dance, Alexei Kasatonov collided with the referee Trottier, and that's how the Kings got their 3-on-1.
And I'm not sure if they'd scored it would have counted, but they didn't, so we don't have to worry about it.
Only at Disneyland, right?
Hope you're enjoying this ride. Kings leading it by a score of 4-3. Take a look at the conference standings this season under the new conference alignment. The top 8 teams in the conference go to the playoffs. Those are the top 8 right now, with Los Angeles and Anaheim just out of it. They are tied for 9th in the conference.
San Jose is winning tonight, too, 2-0. And San Jose looks like the team to catch because Chicago has 7 points on San Jose. So both of these teams have to set their sights on the San Jose Sharks.
Arturas Urbe, the goaltender for San Jose, a story yet to be given its due this year. He has been an enormous difference for that team. Troy Loney, the captain of the Mighty Ducks. Waters and Van Allen, 2 each for roughing at 15-52 on the matching minors. So 4-on-4.
You know, the Ducks obviously can generate some offense here, but 4-on-4 does not help the Mighty Ducks. They are a better 5-on-5 team because the fewer players are on the ice, the more the skill level is magnified. And if you don't have a high skill level, you want to play with a lot of people on the ice.
Gary Vault dropped it. Hill save Rudy! And Corkum just missed the rebound coming in. Gretzky in the 4-on-4 starts it up. Kings leading at 4-3, 3:49 left to go, third period. Hill again takes it behind the net. Sean Hill, University of Wisconsin grad. That great hockey program, and has had a ton of ice time tonight. Balkin dropped it off. Yari Curry pinned up Hill and got the puck out of the zone. Played back by Hill at his own blue line. 3:30 remaining in the third. Drops it off for Corkum. Corkum, his shot. Kelly Rudy the save. No rebound for Vault.
You know, even in this last rush by the Mighty Ducks, the Kings, Gretzky and Curry sort of let the guys go wide on him, and that's how Corkum got the shot. I mean, You know, going into a shell is just not in the Kings vocabulary. When they get back on their heels in their own zone, they're just not that good at man-to-man coverage. So that's why it may look like they're going into a shell, but when Yari's out there and when Wayne are out there, they're still looking for the break. Sandstrom's looking for the break. Robitaille's looking for the break.
And they head to the net, and so you keep backing up and backing up. 3:25 remaining. Pensive time here at Arrowhead Pond. Kings up 4-3. Semenoff checks behind him on the face-off here. Wants to get it back to Williams at the point. They ultimately do. Williams the shot. Rudy the save. Look out. Net is open. Rudy blocked it. Terry Yake took the shot. Kelly Rudy was down on the ice, and it hit his right pad. McEachran the other way. Taken away by Williams. David Williams lost it. Mike Donnelly, good job forechecking here. Boy, Yake, he and Van Allen have had some chances tonight. Gretzky takes it away. Gretzky near side. Shipnick! Gretzky sent him up. Save made by Hebert. Mercy me, he has seen the ice and then some tonight. 99 has. He hasn't missed a chance at either setting one up or getting a chance himself. Gretzky moves up Williams. Williams down. Up. Pushes it deep. Fans wanted to call on Gretzky, but he put the arms up to show he wasn't holding. Blake comes the other way. Blake with Donnelly. Mike Donnelly drops it. Gretzky missed it wide. He was all alone. Rebound to Semenoff. 2:27 to go in regulation. Anatoly Semenoff, both teams coming over the bench. Semenoff in, poked away by Sador. Blake backs it up and not out. Kasatonov couldn't hold it in. Kasatonov battling. Yari Curry tipped it away. McSween back to get it. Sandstrom on him. McSween starting it up. See the time remaining here in the third. LA 4. The Mighty Ducks 3. Bobby Corkum in. Waters clears it off the boards to Robitaille. Robitaille. Near side for Sador. Sador drops it in the middle. The Kings can't control that center.
Watch it wide!
Near side, you hear him watch him wide. They're hollering as Doris was there at the chance. 47 shots for the Ducks, a new high on the season. 44 saves for Kelly Rudy.
The Kings sometimes seem to defy logic. 5 times this season. Look at the save on Peter Doris. 5 times the Kings have allowed over 50 shots. And guess what, folks? They're undefeated. 3-0-2. And they're on the verge of allowing 50 in this one because they're up to 47 and they have the lead again. Kelly just needs to kind of get in the groove, I guess.
So he's cheering now for at least 4 more shots.
He's cheering for about 1 minute and 42 seconds to zip by. That's what he's cheering for.
Who do you love as a coach? You find out right now who's on the ice. You saw one of them, the veteran Pat Conacher, moves in to take the face-off against a man who's been almost unbeatable tonight on the draw, Sean Van Allen. 1:42 left to go in regulation. The Kings leading it. Van Allen kicked it away. Van Allen still got his skate on it, and he won another draw. Troy Loney's got it. Loney in front. Loney covered up Kelly Rudy again.
Boy, how big would it be for the Anaheim Mighty Ducks to have a surefire scorer right now? I mean, it's in times like this where you want to set up the big gun. They haven't got a surefire goal scorer, and as a result, have really struggled in one-goal games. They have lost 16 games by just 1 goal. They've also struggled within the Pacific Division and haven't done really that well against other expansion teams. 1-9.
Timeout will be taken with 1:32 left to go. The Kings 4, the Ducks 3. And let's check in with Steve Levy.
All right, Gary, we'll get right back to you in a sec. But for a second period, 1-0, the Sharks leading the Hawks at the tank. Todd Ellick couldn't connect off the 2-on-1. So instead, this time he'll come out of the corner and do it by himself. Beats Ed Belfour, top shelf. 2-0 now. The Sharks Sports Center follows hockey.
Steve, thanks very much. 1:32 left. Shots 48-22. The Ducks out shooting the Kings. The whole day's worth of sports coming up on Da-Da-Da.
Da-da-da.
We'll keep an eye at the other end, of course, when Guy Hebert gets pulled out of this. The faceoff is going to come in the Kings' end. And the fans up on the front of the seats here, hoping their Ducks can get one more. Hebert's not played badly in this game, even though he's faced only 22 shots. It's been magnificent offensive plays that have scored the goals.
Right. Guy Hebert is now on the bench. I mean, and this is surprising to me with 1:32 to go. Ron Wilson's an aggressive coach. You know, you can say what you want, but the Mighty Ducks came out and tried to be aggressive. 1:32 to go. Wayne's eyes now have to be about as big as saucers. Wayne Gretzky. Bob Corkum is going to take this face-off. Corkum and Van Allen. You mentioned Van Allen a number of times. Corkum has been just as good as Sean Van Allen on the draws, and he's going to take on Pat Conacher here.
And the face-off this time's won by Pat Conacher, but not out of the zone. Held in by McSween. Extra skater out there for the Mighty Ducks. Yari Curry going after it. Peter Doris swung around by Curry to Blake. Empty net at the other end. Blake drops it back to the near side. Kings trying to get it out of the zone. There's Gretzky. Sends it up ice. Empty net. Arms up. Wayne Gretzky. 5 points, 2 goals. Kings 5. Ducks 3. We thank him for a show tonight for a national audience. This is his kind of game.
Just another incredible performance. He had some help on this one. And he did shoot from his side of center, but Wayne Gretzky can do that. If that goes wide, it's an icing call. No big, right? Rob Blake with a nice little chip shot here to Tim Waters, and then Waters, perfect angle for Wayne to pick it up. Waters didn't just jam it out. Wayne went for it. Another incredible performance. Listen to this, everybody. This is the 93rd time in Wayne Gretzky's career that he has had 5 points or more in a game. The 93rd time.
And you were saying, Bill, if a player does that once in his National Hockey League career,
he is in the minority by a mile. Most players never come close to 5 points in one game, and he has done it 93 times.
Unbelievable. The Kings 5, the Ducks 3. Gretzky's 28th of the year is second tonight, the empty netter from Waters and Blake in 1848. His 793rd goal. He now is 8 shy of tying Gordie Howe. Corkum saved by Kelly Rudy. Rebound flip back up to the blue line. 8 to tie Howe, 9 to pass for that one final record left for Gretzky, the all-time lead in goals scored. Still an empty net at the other end.
And still 35 seconds to go.
Yep. 5-3, the Kings are up. The Kings looking to defeat the Mighty Ducks for the 4th time and be 4-0 against them this season. Gretzky chasing it down at the other end. I checked today, he has not had a hat trick since 91. Is the last time Wayne Gretzky had a hat trick. He's out there, got a chance for one tonight. He has had a hat trick more times than anyone else in NHL history, as you might guess. But he's not going to get one here. Kelly Rudy, a magnificent night in net. 46 saves. Wayne Gretzky, a 5-point night. The Los Angeles Kings have beaten the Mighty Ducks 5-3. For Bill Clement, Elmore Getty, I'm Gary Thorne. Thank you, Steve.